Welcome to Tuesday Night D&D with DM Kalsto.
Tuesday! Happy Tuesday, everybody.
Yo.
Well, we'll pick up where we were. So, after you guys had made your way through the forest, finally reaching your destination within sight, being followed by these strange barbarians and these hounds, wolves that appear to be part plant, part animal. As you ran for the wall, you did actually have to fight a couple of them. Only having a couple of other issues along the way with like killing a cow. You guys made it in, and is just about when you were done with the combat and kind of closer to being safe. You'd noticed some of these had started to turn into some sort of larger creature. If you had to guess, you'd call it a werewolf, but yeah, you never know. Seemingly making things a little harder, but you guys pulled it off without any issues, finally getting to the walls. However, you did leave behind a very, very deadly enemy. As the man that was held person on the hill for the entirety of the fight remains out there, being countered another day, shaking his fist at the walls. You guys got in, met a couple of interesting people. You met a butcher / apparently new commanding fighter. Another person in charge who seemed to be the town baker, and then a very strange individual with a limp that may or may not be a wizard of some sort. Yet to be determined. You guys ended your night upon taking a long rest. Dustin having horrible dreams the entirety of his sleep, but still getting his long rest.
I don't remember that part.
You don't remember that part?
I just remember waking up and pulling the flower off.
The dream.
Okay.
And it happens over and over and over the entire night. You do manage to get your rest, but this happens basically the entire length of your sleep. With that,
Wait.
It is early morning, probably about 5:30. You guys hear an explosion outside somewhere off, and not immediately close, but somewhere nearby.
Serena will grab her bag and go check out the explosion.
Everyone else doing?
Lou will. How early in the morning is it?
I'd say about 5:30.
Right, Lou will flop out of the bed and go see what's going on, or cot, or wherever he's falling asleep.
Mm-hmm. You guys are probably all within short range of each other. You see, let me see real quick.
Can you remove the maid armor from me?
Yeah, no one seems to be really certain what's going on. Everyone else in the lodge is kind of also being woken up by that sound of the explosion, and everyone's looking around with no one really seeming they having an answer.
Outside. So, do I see anything once I go outside or wherever we are?
I'm waiting to see what everyone else is doing real quick.
Gotcha.
I don't know if I'm Okay, I don't know. I think I'd still be struggling with that. Let me make a con save to see if that actually snaps me out. Okay, yeah, I'm awake and gonna check it out.
All right, so as you kind of wake up, you look to your left.
Mm-hmm.
No moss, no flower.
Mm-hmm.
You look to the right.
Baldwin?
moss, no flower.
I'm sweating buckets.
Bold?
And then the weird thing, you can't for the life of you remember what the damn flower's name was.
Oh no. Okay. I I guess I'm gonna pick myself up and head out the room.
All right. What about you, Marius?
I just sat back down. What's up?
Everyone just got woken up by like a explosion a bit off in the distance at about 5:30. So some people are getting up. People in the room aren't really sure, so they're heading outside. I think. Was anyone else not heading outside?
No, I will not be. Is there a window or like an upper story or something to get a view?
There is kind of a smaller upper story you could get to. There are a lot of windows. You see everyone else because you're in that basically the great room of this large lodge, and everyone's kind of looking out the windows to see kind of what's going on. So you could kind of hang out in there. And then oh, you don't have your buddy there either, though, do you?
No,
Or
but I
did you
can
summon
in
him
a
back?
moment. Not yet. That's one thing I was going to ask. Do I have any kind of vibe of how far away I am from him?
Ooh, now that you've gotten here, roll an Arcana check. You can tell he's alive, but like you can't get a bearing off like even a direction. Something seems to be causing issue.
Okay. If there's interference or something may not go, and I don't even know how close or far away, or I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to recall him.
All right, make a history check with advantage, just to kind of remember where he was in the surroundings, because he did kind of do a little look about. Just so if like if you come across, you'd be like, "Yep, that's it." You rolled the same dice roll, but okay. All right, but you have a pretty good bearing of what it looks like if you come across it again. But you summon him back. All right, outside he goes.
Yeah, and if we're not in combat rounds, yeah, when he gets back, he'll transform back into Raven form, go invisible, and fly out to scout.
Okay. So you guys go out. Bilden Bilden's not currently here at the moment. Neither is the monk. Let's get rid of them for a second. Simon is going to follow Yulu.
Yeah.
Right. So as you guys get outside, you kind of look and there's a bit of panic. People are kind of running about a bit. No fire or anything, but you see like a big plume of like dust that's kind of still up in the air towards like the farthest western wall that the little garrison place here has.
Dude, what am
What
I doing
color
in the air?
is
What was that? You both were saying.
it? He asked why he was in the air, and I asked what color was the smoke.
It's not smoke. It's like dust. So like almost like something knocked up a bunch of dust and it's kind of shot up into the air and kind of just hanging there. Like a little dust cloud.
Okay. Again, cautiously making our way over.
You guys kind of make your way towards that side of the wall. Roll an investigation check at disadvantage as you kind of maneuver your way through and
All
look
right.
at bits of the wall.
Oh my god, it's so beautiful.
Still the same dice rolls, but very
So
beautiful.
underwhelming.
Hey, I gotta spice up that 5 and 6 somehow.
You guys look around, you can't seem to find the source. You kind of find the wall and it seems to be intact. Is someone down there? You hear like a rock kind of land near where you guys are walking. Who's there?
Oh, hello? What happened?
And you just hear, oh, they're okay. They're with me. You just see building kind of hop down off the wall into the mud. Ah. Oh, some big thing crashed outside. Thanks.
Some big thing crashed?
Yeah, they shot something.
Oh.
And then you hear the monk from up on the wall. He doesn't come down there. It's, probably rotten flesh. One of their favorites.
I don't even want to know. Why are they so obsessed with this place, anyways?
He just kind of looks. I don't know. Something must have happened. It wasn't always like this here.
I assume.
What'd you guys say? 2 years? The people with them just kind of nod. Yeah. I don't like this place. I could tell you that much, though.
Hmm.
He's like, so, and you kind of see him yawn. It looks like he's been up all night keeping watch with the monk. What are you Sunshine's doing up so early this morning?
Checking out a loud explosion.
Mm-hmm.
Explosion? I guess it kind of can sound like an explosion. He's like, oh, come on. And he kind of takes you up to where you can get up on the wall. It's hard to see because it's still dusty and there's still a lot of fog in this area. But there's like some mass of some sort of meat, hard to say, that just kind of like hit and you can see where it impacted. And then there's just bits of meat scattered about everywhere. And it is horrible.
Awful.
Assuming that's just going to stay there for the rest of however long.
I don't know. Do we have anyone in chat we can pick on yet or not yet?
Nick's here.
Hey, Nick. Roll a D100, buddy.
Oh, type out the full roll. It's a full word.
Don't worry. His roll is going to be amazing. I can tell you now.
Sure. 35.
All right. See how far it goes. Oh, yeah.
He wants to know if he did a good job.
Depends who you're asking.
Let's see what happens and find out. Oh, I got our next roll right there, too. Ooh. We'll save yours, don't worry. We won't let it go to waste. So you hear some weird whistling sound, like in the air, going above you.
Incoming.
Cover.
It's going far above you, though. Like, it's not hitting the wall or something near the wall.
Oh, shit.
Marius,
Yes.
we're going to put Excel roll to work, too. Where are you standing at currently in this building? So if it's a long rectangular building, kind of towards the end, there's not much windows. The windows are kind of towards the entrance side. Would you be like kind of in the
Well-
middle, looking at the sides, or
Well,
near the
technically,
entrance?
if Bram's here now, I would have just gone back downstairs.
Well, but even on the main floor, because it's kind of like one big lodge.
I'm assuming just where I'm at's fine.
Okay.
Or
Well,
do we
this
have
we're
a
on a
different- we
different
have
map.
a different
anyways.
map now.
No, we're
I
just
never
kinda on-
technically said I left the house either.
Oh, you're in there too. Where are you? You wake up and Lou is not there.
I'm right beside the wall. Whatever's about to get blown up.
I don't know. I'm just like laying on the floor where I fell asleep.
I used Nick's roll for what happened. We used Excel's roll for placement, so we'll see.
You got invalid.
Where did you go to sleep, Misfit?
I don't know, Lou. Where did we go to sleep?
It's on
Assume
me.
probably by
This
the
is
entrance.
by the entrance, sure. This is a great example of what we were talking about with the auto death rolls, by the way.
Put this on me.
You just got auto death rolled. So all right. Misfit. I need you
Hi.
to roll a dexterity saving throw at disadvantage.
Okay.
So you just are waking up. You get startled. Something crashes into the roof, like right near the front of the building, and it kind of slides over. And as you look up, it just kind of smacks into you, and you go unconscious for about 15 seconds. You wake up and you feel like a very heavy weight on your chest, and something smells horrible. You kind of stuck under it at the moment. You want to try to push it off? Marius, you just can kind of laugh from over there.
It landed on Misfit.
Mhm.
Aw, I screwed up and sent that there. They'll know anyways. You have a
Don't look
dead
at the
cow on top
chat.
of
Don't
you.
you look at the chat window.
There he is.
Totally look at the chat.
A rotting dead cow. You can't grab a strong hand. You're gonna have to athletics your way out of this one.
I guess we will head over to where the object was thrown into the city.
At this point, you notice some livestock, some random garbage, waste, all just being flung at this little fortress.
So is this normal?
You asking the adventurers or are you asking the guards?
Both.
Both.
Well, the adventurers don't. The monk's close enough. They'll kind of look over you. It's not completely unnormal, but it normally doesn't rain this much.
When it rains, it pours.
I'm surprised they have siege equipment and
Oh no,
Oh,
I'm pretty sure
they
they're
don't.
throwing them.
what
Yeah,
does
they're just-
anything but throw them that far? I have giants.
As you start asking about this out loud, you notice all of the guards around you start to get very, very, very uncomfortable and nervous and start to kind of like they lose a bit of their morale just even thinking about it.
You need to keep quiet about it.
At this point, most of them are all just kind of taking cover to avoid being hit by any of this stuff. Still pretty lethal too if it hits you directly. Thankfully,
We
there was
know what
a
it is?
wall between it. Yeah, it's like dead livestock, human waste, random like balls of meat that they're just hucking into the city.
I'm looking for Rutger Hauer.
Well,
No one else has seen the keep.
guess we should probably dump some of this stuff if we can over the wall.
Oh, there's a lot of it. Like you're talking like good cleanup effort, or you're gonna have to give Serena like a bucket of caffeine and prestidigitation, everything.
I suggest somebody check and cover the well. There is one.
One of the guards kind of looks at you. Well, he's smart. And one of the people in the room's like, "You heard him go!" He kind of walks over to you. Very happy to have you here. This is the gentleman who smells like bread. All right, so this happens for about 10 minutes or so before it finally stops.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything you want to do during the 10 minutes?
Yeah, Cyril
Lou
kind of
was gonna
close by building.
just kind of poke his head over the wall to see if he could see anything.
Sure. Roll a perception check at disadvantage because of the fog.
I'll also roll one while she was up there.
Disadvantage.
Oh, disadvantage, sorry. So 17.
You see kind of the open field up to the tree line. It's a bit harder to see, but you don't see anything. They definitely came from that direction, but nothing's there.
Alright. And she'll hop down and go into a nearby building or structure or something, or a spot that has cover.
Lou's gonna chill by the wall.
Yeah, you're in good company. There's a lot of people like hiding under anything with a cover.
I'm gonna stay near the most sturdiest thing, the wall.
Simon just is like looking at one of the dead we'll say it's like a goat or something. And he's just like,
She's gonna see if his mind is open and try and establish a connection to him.
to Simon?
No, to Lou.
Wait, he allows her. Like, his door's open again.
Yeah, it's more of like an emotional type thing too.
Mm-hmm.
That's for the next 2 hours. Lou, can you hear me?
Yes.
Good, your mind is open again. So I'm not the only one concerned about whatever they're using to throw large dead animals at us, am I?
No. I mean, I'm assuming it's either something really big or something very strong. Or a combination of that and magic.
It must be magic. It can't be a giant or anything like that. Or some kind of catapult, or some kind of siege equipment of some kind. Otherwise, why wouldn't they have just taken down the wall?
Just taking down the wall isn't the point.
And Simon's just sitting there. Agreed, this is very unsanitary. He kind of like pulls his shirt up.
Now, if this isn't the point, then they must be getting something out of this. Unless they're tormenting them simply for the sake of tormenting them.
If anything, it's probably to break morale of the people.
But why?
Yeah, I think my morale is pretty broken right now.
Has anyone helped this get out from under the cow?
Nope.
Am I still stuck under the cow?
You didn't roll your athletics check, dude.
I didn't hear. I was cutting out.
We said it a couple of times.
I didn't
We just
hear.
figured you
I
like
cut
the
out
cow.
for that entire bit.
It's all good.
Free me.
All right, you managed to push up. Thankfully, or unthankfully, it is a rotting cow. So as you kind of push up through the middle where most of your arms would be able to push up, it kind of splits at the center and flops to both sides. You do get a hearty helping of goop on top of you, but you get it off of you.
This is a good time to say that Misfit has PJs.
It's completely up to Misfit. Oh, by the way,
I got my
Serena,
jammies on.
Mm-hmm.
where did you leave your pixie?
In her bag with her.
Did you make like a little home for her?
What is
More so? What is preventing the pixie from randomly smacking into things? That's all we're going for.
Her being careful not to jostle her bag currently. She was asleep at the time, so have not set anything up.
Okay. All right. So after
You said that these are rotting bodies of farm animals?
Mm-hmm.
Can I attempt a medicine check to see if it is a disease or if they've just been dead and the meat's rotting away?
Huh? You kind of go and you start looking at one of these dead animals.
Mm-hmm.
There's definitely something not quite normal about this rot. Like there's rot, but there's more to it than that. You gather there may be disease on these.
Oh.
Out of curiosity, how far from the wall do these seem to be emanating from?
They're scattered throughout the fortress.
No, like where they're originating from. Like how far are they tossing it?
You have no idea. Beyond the trees, or from the part you can see at least.
No, I've got a bit of a long shot idea. Either myself or maybe the two of us work together might be able to do a little bit of scouting, see what it is they're doing.
That seems like a horrible idea.
Speaking of scouts, what are you having Bram look for specifically at the moment?
Source.
Okay.
Lou, at some point during that 10 minutes, started eating some rations.
I would have bothered Lou about what's happening to these animals and like this meat isn't natural, and I don't know if it's magic or not. And I would like him to see if he can determine if it's magical.
All right, I can try.
I just kind of miserably find my way outside.
Oh no, Mister, are you okay?
Yeah.
Lou,
It looks outside how you feel currently, Misfit.
Lou, the cow attacked me.
Lou stiffens. And where's the cow?
I point to the house
And yourself.
and myself.
I go check on the cow.
Oh, okay. You head back towards the main lodge. You see a lot. You kind of pass. There's lots of dead animals. There are a couple of other cows on the way as well. Is there anything else you guys are doing, or are you all heading back?
Well, first things first.
Yeah, is it a magical disease? Come on, tell me.
Can I try and discern if it's a magical disease or something?
You got to go back to the lodge to look at it, though. That's all.
Well, all the dead bodies.
Oh yeah, anything? Sure.
Yeah, anything.
Yeah. So,
Like
yeah.
I'd probably point to the same thing where I noticed it was. This is.
What are you looking for specifically, though?
Oh, the rot's not magical. Either a curse or some sort of necrotic energy.
Yeah, does it look like necrotic? Yeah. Like something has accelerated the rot.
I would say roll an Arcana check or. Sum up. Nah, Arcana is pretty suitable. Let's just go with Arcana.
Okay.
Oh, that was almost that one.
It really was.
You would have told me I was a crazy idiot, and I would have said, "Yeah, well, you're afraid of cows."
You look at it. You don't sense any magic, but this thing is definitely very disgusting and not normal.
It's not magical, as far as I can tell.
I don't know how much. You know what? Why not? It's early in the morning. This is really weird. I'm.
Yeah, do it. Do it.
I'm gonna attempt to purify food and drink on
Oh.
this meat that we're looking at.
Roll a d6 for livestock.
Also, I cast prestidigitation on Misfit to clean them up.
All right, it's pig.
Yeah, it's instantaneous. All non-magical food and drink within a 5-foot radius sphere centered on a point of your choice within range is purified and rendered free of poison and disease. So
if it's within a certain range,
everything within 5 feet of the pig.
Not only do you purify this pig, but you also purify 2 chickens.
Hey. Okay. Well, something to go off of. Maybe. I guess I'll try to take the good meat back to the lodge because it's good meat now.
Yeah.
Free food.
All right, so you kind of take that back over there as you guys kind of walk around surveying. It's pretty easy to kind of see.
Misfit, do you have pajamas on?
No, dude, I gotta dress my best.
Misfit, that's gonna take forever to get out of your suit.
Oh, don't worry, Lou is helping.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you guys are basically at the front of the lodge at this point. Seemingly, no additional issues from the people throwing the dead stuff. However, as it hits about 6:15, as you've been popping in and out and going about, the sun crests over the hill.
Mm-hmm.
Dustin.
Hi. You cut up. You cut out for the first part of that. Can you repeat?
Oh, he just yawned and said, "Good morning."
I look towards my left shoulder. Is he there?
You just see a happy little yellow flower. What a bright, well, I guess it's not a bright sunshiny day. But what a day it is. I'm gonna live my life to the fullest.
You should totally frosty this guy.
That's not normal.
I don't think anyone else can hear this.
I see
Only
the flower
people that can
pop
talk
up.
to plants.
Yeah, the flower pops up. Like how? Okay, how violent is it popping up?
You just look and it's there.
No one saw it happen.
What? Who has the highest passive perception?
Probably Misfit.
You're all within.
14.
No.
17.
I think while everyone is off doing their own thing,
I would say for a 17. Misfit, you kind of see it just standing by. You see like a little vine kind of come up for the stem, and then you just see a little yellow bud, and it kind of unfurls and not violent though, just rapid growth, seemingly interacting with the sunlight. Justin, roll an investigation check as well.
Okay.
You're not sure if you're tired from just the horrible sleep.
Mhm.
You kind of rub your eyes and look at this thing, which is closer. It's kind of weird to focus on. You swear to God, this thing is like starting to grow a face.
Uh-huh.
Oh no.
Dustin, I thought you made Vincent not alive anymore.
Who's Vincent?
Oh, who's Vincent? He
Good
sounds like a
point.
nice guy.
I don't. It doesn't feel right.
That's not a good sign.
You tell me. I'm growing out of a guy's shoulder.
I don't think I can hear
His
you.
memory is getting worse again.
Wow, Vincent, you look extra handsome today.
Did you cast Speak with Plants for this?
No,
Okay.
Misfit
I'm
also
just
does not
talking
need
to
to.
your flower.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
Andy.
His is different though. You hear actual words. Like it's kind of like how Misfit interacts with animals. They just have this understanding.
Mhm.
Man, he's just a happy little guy. Hey, Vincent, don't murder this time, okay? Be a good little guy.
What's a Vincent?
That's not his name.
Does that not feel right anymore?
I don't even know who you are.
Dustin's just gonna like
I'm
put his face in
Misfit.
his hands, and he's gonna like start
This is
walking away.
Dustin.
I know who he is. I'm growing out of his shoulder.
Well, yeah.
Oh, then who am I?
Are you his dad now? Technically, you grew him this time.
Nah, he's
Am I
not my
your
dad.
granddad? Oh, I'm your granddad now. Dustin's your dad.
Nah, I don't. Papa?
How does this look from
Yeah.
your guys' perspective?
Yeah.
'Cause I am just like putting my face in my hands, and Misfit is talking to a flower.
This flower isn't moving at all. This is the most awkward thing for everyone else here who's like worried for their safety in their life.
Lou just
you
Everyone
guys-
else,
Did he just tell the flower not to murder this time?
everyone else is just like, man, those goddamn druids again.
Yeah, no,
Doing their
Lou
weird
has-
shit.
There's two
Lou
kids
led
that are
it.
entertained, at least.
And hey, can I use that? Can I use those first two words to try to fill the pot of water? Just to test it.
So how big of a pot of water are we talking?
It's like an iron cooking pot.
Sure.
I mean,
where are you doing this?
He's off, like away from people.
Okay. So you run off by yourself. Do you look for like a specific area? They have a bit of stuff, but
I look for
nothing.
an open area, and considering there's a lot of dead animals on the floor, it's probably not going to be that hard to find.
Yeah. So yeah, you end up finding like a decent sized one. Roll a D100.
Oh boy.
And I also need you to roll a performance check for me as well.
D100. 9.
Okay. And a performance. Okay.
18.
So you kind of focus on the bowl and you speak the words and you just watch. It's like you see like a tiny little water droplet form at the center of the bottom of the bowl, and it just expands out until the bowl is filled with water.
Lou is just standing there frowning. Is it drinkable water? Because I'm going to test it.
You taste some?
Mhm.
Tastes like fresh water. In fact, very fresh water.
Lou's going to do his best to take that back.
Sure. You kind of come back. This is the cleanest water that they've seen. Where did you get that? Did you find a clean well?
No. Lou looks very unhappy.
Oh,
Is there... What's wrong with your well?
it was damaged and drained
Well,
from below ground. We managed to repair it, but most of the wells that were outside the walls have either been collapsed or tainted with, and kind of points to the dead animals.
well, distribute this among everyone as much as you can. It is a cooking pot, so there's a decent amount.
Yeah, they start like distributing out little bits to everybody.
Your wells were damaged?
Yes,
Any
underground.
priests?
Well, no, it wasn't infected. There's one in the basement here that was emptied out. The water we had stored up in the ground had been drained lower, so the groundwater level had dropped.
I don't understand. Doesn't too stupid to know what that means.
They're trying to kill us slowly, it would seem.
Actually, no, I'm gonna send you a whisper.
At this point, the butcher guy is like across the lodge, just pissed, like hitting the table. I'm not going to starve here. Comes down to it. I'm going out there and taking as many of them with me as I can.
Lou almost relaxes for a second there.
Do you guys need food and stuff?
Are you asking just the people?
Yeah.
We have some, and you kind of look, and they don't have a lot of food. They have some, and they're just kind of rationing it out. But you kind of look at what they have left in their stores because they keep it all here, and you've seen more food in Lula's pantries than you see here.
Ooh.
Lou, I think it's about time that we start discussing a plan.
Mhm.
Oh shit!
That's it?
Nope, something else. Continue on.
Jesus. Okay.
Joel,
Do not
pull
look
Lou
behind
off
the
the
curtain.
pad. All right. Well, we have no idea what we're dealing with.
I am... I might be able to
Dustin.
do something about the well.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
What you do?
You're just kind of taking in all of this. And there's a lot of panic here. But for some reason, this disorder and panic brings you an overwhelming sense of calm. And you just kind of stand up. You start looking around. Like, it just doesn't seem right at all. Like, none of this is gonna, like, why are they keeping their food here? Like, that shouldn't be kept here. And like, you start just looking around, and you notice like little things are wrong that you kind of like start.
Yeah, I do that. I'm doing that, and I'm telling people what to do. And
Mhm.
he
And the
sounds
first thing you look at,
hmm
you just look at these dead bodies and know you guys got to get these the hell out of here, or like start burning these.
Yeah, I start ordering people to do that. I am very forceful. He is a Mr. Roll Insight.
Okay.
You know what?
We know each other pretty well, right?
I'm your best friend in the whole world, man.
Okay, let me roll one of these then. Okay.
Dustin, also as you order around, make a persuasion check
Oh,
with with advantage because Building kind of inspired by just watching you around. He's just sitting there. He starts playing his instrument and like starts doing a little jig, and it just helps.
Motivate people.
channel divinity absolutely would go off, so I'm putting +5 onto this roll as
Sure.
well.
Yeah.
So like he just starts glowing and like ordering people around of like, you can't do this while you're under siege. You have to put your food in a cellar, you idiots. And like stuff like that. That's a 25.
Yeah, no, it's strange enough. And the person who's probably most impressed and like kind of joins in with you, like, you heard the man go, is the butcher. Just having some direction and something to do is kind of helping to take their minds off other things as well. And so they're just kind of rolling with it.
I suddenly got everyone moving.
Mhm.
Now, what are you thinking about the well?
Yeah. How did creating the water feel?
It didn't feel like anything. You just said the words and water.
So wrong. It felt wrong. Um, Lou will point to the pot of water.
You're going to need a lot more than that.
Yeah. Where is this well that you people have?
It's down in the basement.
Ooh. Why is there a basement well?
Why not?
At this point, the butcher looks over. Didn't you hear the man? You can't just keep it where anyone can find it. Of course it's in the basement.
A bit more inconvenient to get to, but it is at
That's
least rude.
He just points at you and kind of points a finger in your direction, smiles. That's kind of the point.
Mind if I look at it?
By all means. If you need anywhere to stay dry in case water comes, that'd be the first place to go. Just kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How big is the room with the well?
She giggles as she walks by and
As you go down, there are two guards that are kind of guarding the door to the well. They do go out every so often to check on it, thanks to Marius's advice. But like the room itself, maybe a 25-foot radius from the well itself.
Certainly will take a look down the well.
Sure.
How far down does it go?
It looks like it probably goes down. You can't quite see the bottom unless you shine some light down there, but you'd gather at least somewhere between like 150, 200, 250 feet. It's pretty sizable, and it's actually well reinforced for the most part. You do look at the bottom too. It looks like parts of it have kind of stepped in there. The construction's a little bit different because the water comes from the ground. But like it's been reinforced so the main structure of the walls and stuff will hold up better.
Quite a ways down. Can't even really see the bottom.
Yeah, that's not good. I was hoping to be able to see the bottom.
Hmm.
You do look, and there is like this little pulley system that someone seems to have made that brings up several buckets. They just kind of you can pull, and they kind of bring up more. They're all empty.
Yeah, I'm going to bring up all the buckets.
Yeah, well, it's
I'm
kind of
gonna-
circular, so you just rotate through them. So as you pull them up, they go back down as well.
Oh, okay.
But
I'm gonna
every
do
single
what
one's
Dustin
trapped.
tells me to do. I'm gonna try to do an owl and start hauling these bodies out of here.
From your cloak.
Yeah.
Okay, so you use up you start grabbing the bigger ones and dropping them off. Easy enough to do.
And Serena, I don't know if this is going to work, so not a word of this.
Hmm. All right, now I'm very interested.
Lou's going to try and see the bottom of the well. I could probably light a torch and just hold it over.
Yeah, you could drop a torch down there if you really want to.
No,
There's
I don't
torches nearby. Like you can steal one of theirs when no one's looking. Just throw it down.
Is anyone in the room with us, or is
The
it
guards
just-
are on the outside, so they kind of like see who you are. They let you in. They kind of walk you into the room, kind of check everything out just to make sure it's good because they hadn't been there in a little bit. Other than when Marius had told them to come stay down here to kind of make sure it was safe. And then they kind of go back outside the door. The door is currently open, but they're outside the door.
Okay.
Shut it though. They didn't like specifically tell you to leave it open. They just didn't bother closing it.
How sturdy is the rope?
That the buckets are on?
Mhm.
It's actually you look at it. It's braided like rope, but it's not actually rope.
Mhm.
It's like a very rudimentary cable.
Oh,
This is not rope. This is metal. This
does the rope
seems
go?
very strange.
Does the rope pulley go both ways, or can it only be pulled one?
It only goes in one direction.
Okay.
Perhaps we could probably lower you down a bit.
Yeah. Want to see if we can get one of the guards to help me lower me down?
Sure. Kind of.
Do you want whatever you're doing to be secret, or
I mean, if it works, it's not going to be that big of a secret.
drugs? Call one of the guards in. Could one of you come in and help us here for a moment?
Yeah, and they kind of like have this little makeshift device that they made to go down there when people work on it as well. You could rappel down. Going back up, you have to connect up to the bucket though.
Mhm.
And so they kind of show you, like, all right. So they kind of get you tied up. Like, have you ever done anything like this before?
No.
Like,
Actually,
uh,
I've done rock climbing before.
oh, well, this is kind of the opposite of that. So if you start falling too fast, move this here, and he pushes you. But you kind of slow in your descent. It's not that bad to control. How far down do you want to go?
I want to see if I can touch the ground.
Oh, you can go all the way to the bottom if you want. It's about 200 feet once you get to the bottom. Bone dry. You kind of see through cracks. They try to like seal off some so they could get some of the water, but since the water table also dropped so low, they haven't been able to get any new water in.
Hey, can I be stupid?
Sure.
I speak the words.
All right. Go ahead and roll another D100.
Yep. There's going to be bad guys.
Oh my
4.
god.
Bro, you rolled a
Hold on.
9 and then a 4?
Yep.
sent you a message.
Excel also rolled, as he rolled a D100, and he got a 5.
Nice.
All right, so who all is it? It's just you and Serena and the two
Serena and the
guards.
guards. Yep.
Mhm.
So as you guys are just sitting looking down, what's that smell? It smells like almost like rain, like it's a damp smell, like fresh water on asphalt almost.
Great smell.
Oh, you don't worry about it. We'll get to you.
Yeah,
This is what
I
they
know.
smell.
I know.
And you all of a sudden you just kind of hear almost as if like a pipe had burst, is what you'd equate it to. And you just watch as this rush of water kind of shoots upward, and then it kind of subsides into foam like right as it gets near the top. And then you just watch Lou soaking wet out of the middle of it.
I'm gonna pull myself out of the well.
Yeah, completely drenched.
I'm just gonna flop on the floor.
This water too, I mean, it clouds up a little bit, but it's almost crystal clear. Like you can see, it's so clear that when it hits off some of like the dirt that was here previously, you can kind of see like bits of what impurities there are just being in the well mixed with everything else. But it seems to hold. Maybe lowers like slightly, but not by much.
Since when have you been able to do that?
I hate it.
Hmm? What do you mean you hate it?
Lou's like starfished on the ground next to the well.
Is that when you've been able to do this?
Mhm.
Never mind. Well, it looks like there's a healthy supply of clean water, at least for a while now.
They just kind of look at him.
What?
One of them starts to like tear up, and one of them just like gives you a hug.
Oh. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
Don't get too sentimental on us.
You see like them kind of pull up a bucket of fresh water, and they both just get like this massive gulp of water, and the look on their faces is just like purely elated.
I don't think it's gonna last forever, but it'll at least last a long time.
Like, as far as we're concerned, just thank you. And you watch as one kind of like yells up or out the door, and you see a couple people come in. They look excited. They start like trying to bring water upstairs.
We probably want to get out of here. I imagine this place is going to get flooded very quickly.
Actually, what they have, because the system is set up smarter than that, you kind of watch them move some stuff about, and up top there's like empty basins where they normally keep their water, and you just start watching up on the top level where the rest of you are. Water just starts filling into all the basins, and they're like trying to do this manual pump thing from down below.
Yeah, Lou will come up soaked.
Mm-hmm.
Squelch, squelch.
All the people are like lining up to get big glasses of water at this point.
Dude, you're squelching?
Yep. Soggy boots, guy. What am I supposed to do?
Soggy and squelching?
Yep.
So that's one problem dealt with. We still have a problem of food and the siege.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You got that whisper right.
Hold on. Nope, I didn't see that one. Hold on one sec.
Yeah, everyone who sees Lou can see he's slightly more unhappy than he was earlier.
How many slots you Dustin?
3. I've rolled 3d6 because that's
Okay.
You told me to roll a d6 last time, so all 3 are an individual cast.
Those. Okay. So that would be. Well, actually, you don't need it to do that. That was to find out what kind of animal it was.
Oh,
So
okay.
I will say, because you rolled the same dice for each one, you must have found like where the goat farm went, because you find just shit tons of goats. And so
Oh.
you purify nothing but goat meat. You just lick the rest of it. Nah, that just won't do. Just the
Yeah,
goats.
that's what do. Yeah, so I do that much food.
All right. So you do actually get a sizable bit. It is all meat, so I mean, unless they start preserving some of it, there's a good immediate source.
They have a butcher. He knows what to do.
Same thing. They doesn't pre-butcher everything to quite an extent for a smaller town. We don't have much choice now. All right. So you got
Right.
some food set up for the people. You got some water.
We're still tossing dead bodies over the wall.
Yep. Tossing out dead bodies. So I'd
Who's-
say
Lou's gonna try and dry off.
you're gonna try to what?
Dry off.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to do at least some scouting.
Yes, I'm aware.
At this point, you see Simon kind of stops in after finishing one of his tasks. All right, that one's done, sir. He's talking to Lou.
Oh, is everything okay?
Oh, yeah. Oh, just, whew. Those are heavier than they look.
Helping with cleanup?
Of course. It's very unsanitary.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so, he kind of like looks about the town. What's the plan? I'm assuming we're not becoming permanent residents, yes?
Of course not.
Like, oh, thank
I
goodness.
think that we're
I
going
like-
to do a bit of scouting, try and figure out what's going on in the area.
We also
And
do
make
have a
plans
job to
and then-
do.
Oh, I was going to say I don't know how much more of the goat I could take, but to be honest, the goat sounds much safer. It's like, but unless we have our duties.
Speaking of which, Lou, what exactly is our job here again?
We're searching for the missing people. We have 2 of them now. And we need to speak with him to ask him about what happened.
Hmm. All right. I have an idea on how we might be able to do some scouting a bit easier, but it's going to require the 2 of us. Lest we get spotted, you have a better way for us to escape.
Mm.
All right, so what's the plan?
Don't like the idea of going out.
Well, we can't just sit here. The only other thing we can do is, I don't know, can marry.
You cut out.
How
You
far can
could-
Mario see through his bird?
Not. Do we know he can do that?
I think it's either been heavily implied or
I have said that I can scout for sure. Like the tunnel for sure would have been the last time.
Okay.
I even you were on watch when I gave you warning that the ferry was coming down.
Hmm.
Serena for sure would know. I can at least sense or do something.
Scouting
and he's
was.
communicated to us via Bram before, like
Yeah,
when we were buried.
I think Marius do the initial scout might be better.
Nods. Remember, if we are going to save these people and accomplish our duties, we need to be proactive, not reactive.
Lou seems slightly distracted by anyone who brings like a bucket of water nearby. He almost glares at the bucket.
Okay.
Sure. You know what? Someone in chat roll a D100. Let's see if he gets his bucket of water or not. We'll take the first one.
I mean, do you want to use that 5 you didn't use?
Yeah, Excel rolled a 5 earlier, like right after.
It was a
Last
78.
No, he has a new one that was a 5 right after loot.
Yeah,
Right
it's the last
after
thing in
Lou rolled
chat
before.
was a 5.
Oh, no. We used the 78 from earlier.
Oh, okay, new guy. I don't know. Is there a new guy? I mean, Nick can go again.
I mean, Lou's not trying to do anything to the water. It's just
64.
he doesn't like it.
Oh. All right, yeah. So as you're sitting there, you do watch because people are so excited. Someone does like spill a bucket of water like 10 feet away from you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Lou just kind of glares at the water.
Simon, could you be a dear and please go ask Marius if he can have his pet do a few recon rounds? See if he can't discover anything in the area?
Oh my gosh, he has a pet? I didn't know he has a pet. What kind of pet?
Why don't you go ask him about that, and please relay that?
Like, oh my gosh, I hope he lets me hold it. And he just like starts running to look for Marius.
And in a more hushed tone, all right, Lou. Speak up. What's going on? We've been giving the death glare to that water for the past half an hour now.
Hey, thank you
Speak
for the
up.
follow.
I don't like it.
Don't like what? It's not the pronoun game. Come on. Use your words.
Where do you think the water came from?
From you or your guests. Is it the guests?
I don't think so.
Then where do you think the water came from? Lou, you were at the bottom of the well when you made it miraculously appear. If there's something you're not telling me, speak up.
It's because I called for the water. And then it came rushing out.
You called for the water and it came rushing out.
Pretty damn
Just
accurate.
say, hey water, I would like you here. Could you please come here? Or
Fewer words and less asking.
I assume some kind of spell?
Not any spell I've ever heard.
So you just what?
It's
Suddenly
verbal only. And it's the reason I knew bad was happening.
you got out there.
It's the reason I knew something bad was going to happen when the landslide happened to us.
Hmm?
I faintly heard 6 words spoken. These were the first 2.
Do you have to say them in a certain language? Or in a certain way?
So he knows the meanings of the words. He doesn't know the actual words themselves. He can speak them. If he chooses, well, do you speak them? Because you don't know how to write them. I'll let you
You know
pick
what?
the best way to relay
You
this.
know what? Yeah, sure. He'll tell her the first 2 words.
Roll D100.
Yeah. The picture is him getting drenched just because.
So,
Yep.
how far apart do you say these words? Are you trying to intentionally say them independently, or are you saying them as you
I
have
am
been?
saying them independently.
All right. How many seconds between them?
Ooh, that's a good fun. That's a good. Here, let's roll a d4.
I'd imagine probably like, this word
No,
and
You
this
weren't
word.
even trying.
I
So
was,
probably like a full word between them. I would
wasn't
imagine.
even trying. He didn't pay attention. He just said them.
Okay.
75.
All right.
Nothing happened.
At this point, nothing immediately that you notice. So you just say the words to describe them. You've never heard this language before, and these words are incredibly difficult to say.
I've never quite heard anything like that.
And there are other words that roughly mean earth and enemy.
So one for water, one for what? Movement?
About that, yeah.
And one for earth and enemy. So it's something sick that mudslide on us.
Yes.
Something knowing ancient knowledge.
It also doesn't feel like when you interact with magic.
Hmm.
I don't like it.
I think we're going to have to ask Marius more about these. Though, be careful with them.
I'm probably gonna say them one at a time from now on. I don't like it.
Unless you need to use them, I would more describe them.
Are you guys outside or inside at this point, by the way?
I'm at inside, like tucked away in a corner or something.
Sure. It's at this
Just kind of
point,
away from
Mhm.
everyone, talking in a hushed tone.
you guys start to hear like the sound of heavy rain beating on the roof.
Huh?
Lou puts his head in his hands.
It's weird. There wasn't a cloud in the sky.
Damn it.
And everyone just starts taking cover. It's just one of those miserable days now. Like it's just wet and cold. But morale's up and everyone's still seemingly
I
keeping
have
at their
not
work.
stopped yelling at people to keep throwing dead
It
people.
is so messy and muddy. Like everyone's trying to do it and
It
slipping
doesn't
all over.
matter. It doesn't matter. Do it faster.
Positive note: the rain probably helps wash away some of the dirt and grime.
Hey, people can put buckets outside now. All right, note to self: at least put 5, maybe 6 seconds between each word. Maybe a few words in between them too.
Lou, if just saying them does stuff, perhaps only say them when you're planning on using them.
I'm gonna go help with the cleanup.
Hold on a moment.
Do you go find Dustin? I need to know that. Or do
I'm
you
trying.
just start pulling stuff out? I'm sorry.
Unless you want me coming up with all the plans myself. You've got administrative work here to do. We need to come up with something. Dustin's got the cleanup.
Yes, but it's just gotten slightly more difficult.
And you think the cleanup is more important than trying to come up with some kind of plan?
And what do you plan on doing? Like, what's the plan? We have a scout right now.
I don't know, that's why we're going to discuss
And
things.
we can't make a plan unless we know what we're up against. So right now, the plan is to at least mitigate any possible dangers to these people.
Alright.
And yes, because Lou saw you taking... Yep, going over to you.
Oh, before you go, is Misfit inside or outside?
He is an
I'm
owl.
flying
Outside.
around.
Miss it is
Very
an
easy to see in giant blue owl form. Although it is very annoying, it doesn't really hinder you much, but the rain's kind of irritating to fly through just due to the amount of it.
Owls can't fly in the rain.
This one can.
Fair
It's
enough.
magic. It's called D&D. It's magic.
It's a magic owl.
Don't you rain on my rain.
Whenever he's done flying about, next opportune moment, can you send him inside? He wanted to, work on something.
Okay. Next
Let
time
me
I
be ready.
miss it's close enough, Lou will just say, Serena wanted to see you about something. But, that's if we cross paths.
Before you do that, though,
Yes.
well, actually, you brought him back. Never mind. I was going to ask him if he still had his little buddy out there. I was going to let him see which way he wanted to go.
Lou will go see Dustin, because this is fun.
As he sees you approaching, he like perks up with recognition and waves you over.
Lou looks... What's the best way to describe? Resigned, but also willing to help.
Don't worry about that. He's as you get close, he like puts both hands on your shoulders and he says, "Oh, it's so good to see you again, Captain Cross. I don't know how things are going on the other side of the city. Can you please go over there and make sure cleanup is going okay?"
It's a
I'll
lot
run on
to
it.
unpack.
You see him mouth the word cross to himself like 2 to 3 times. Confused.
He taps you on both shoulders. He doesn't wait for an answer, and he goes back to throwing stuff over the wall.
All right, yep.
Dustin, I'm gonna go talk to Serena. I'll be back in 5 minutes. We'll get back.
Are you still an owl?
Yeah.
You don't get to do that.
Vocal cords.
No.
The necklace.
No. Dustin is actively denying that request.
Oh.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Oh.
Already gave him. As far as what else? Misfit can talk.
Yeah, Misfit can talk. So I say
Yeah,
no.
I'm not allowed to go talk to Serena, is what he's saying.
You're not allowed to go talk to Serena until you are out of owl form. That is what he is telling you.
Makes sense.
Lou, Dustin said no.
He has control of the situation. You listen to him.
Okay. I keep...
Yeah, Lou will go over to check the other end. Just walking in the rain.
Misfit. As you kind of close distance with Dusty, the little unnamed flower of the day, he kind of looks over. Oh, that was a good one. Hey, look over there, another pig. That one's worth at least 20 points.
What? Where? Oh, I'm gonna get it.
I'm up to 4,575.
Wait, I've only got 43.
Well, it's all really about sticking the dismount.
Yeah, just dropping them actually loses you points. You have to chuck them.
Oh man, I don't got a throwing arm right now.
I yeet something real far.
I'll help to clean up that fern on the other side of town.
All right.
Yeah, I'm just hoping that there's stuff to be done on the other side.
All right. So we'll say you guys bust ass with the townsfolk. It does not stop raining.
Yeah.
You guys do eventually, probably about by 3:30, you have a lot of the majority of like the heavy work done. At that point, like it's just so freezing cold and miserable outside. Like they've started to make like big batches of food and everyone's just kind of like coming in to not freeze.
Lou's probably the last one in.
Gotta be Dustin for it.
Yeah, you do.
No, Lou's literally sitting out in the rain, just kind of staring up at it.
I think while Dustin is still in this mode, he would allegedly do a full surveillance of the entire walls. That would take 8 hours. Okay, he is.
Oh, you
gone.
beat me. Yeah, you beat
He
me.
might actually. You might be patrolling the walls still at this point. You might not even have gone
yeah.
back for food.
No, of course
Mhm.
not. Dude, I said you could go in as soon as your polymorph drops.
Okay.
Yeah. So like while cleanup is still happening, you and Serena have your moment. Because your polymorph is only an hour, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so an hour passes, or like another half hour passes, and this shows up to Serena, I would say. Probably.
Well, by this point, you'd be much later in the day, anyways.
Yeah, but I let him go
Yeah.
during the cleanup process.
Yeah, you can do your little break. So you go to see Serena on your break.
I see that you've been expecting me.
Techno. Oh, they've gone AFK.
Oh, what? Where? When?
No.
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 Yeah, but you could, I guess, go looking for Dustin if he doesn't show up, or you could go eat some food. That's your choice at the moment.
Probably go eat some food, notice you're not there, and then go take you some food.
In the rain? The rain that you hate?
Yeah. Yep. It's my fault. I can suffer for it.
Ugh.
All right. So you guys sit down to kind of eat. As you do, those of you are there. So basically, everyone but Dustin at the moment. You watch as you hear someone called you guys from like halfway across the room. Ah, you're back. And you see the gentleman, Ernest, kind of hobble over with his cane towards you guys. You see him holding a like a larger format, but not thick book.
Hello, artist. Good to see you.
Oh, and he kind of holds it up and hits on the cover. Told you I'd bring it.
That's quite the tome you have there. Okay.
Oh, it belongs to my family. It was my father's before, and you just kind of see him. You know.
Yeah, I understand.
What's it about?
It's full of all sorts of horribly scary stories. The most scary thing, they're all true.
Could you tell us one?
Actually, he has plenty of stories to tell us.
Looks about. Yeah. I mean, did you want to share with all of your friends? I can tell later if you want.
I'll go see if we can go grab Dust and bring him some food.
Just be
Yeah,
careful
we can wait
if you
for
go out there.
everybody.
Gotta watch out. People with good intentions are the first to get snatched.
I am wholly not in the mood. They better hope they don't bother me.
I like that guy. Oh, speaking of which, I forgot. I brought you guys something.
Mhm.
It's not much, but I wanted to say thank you. And you watch, and he holds out, and there are 3 of those candles that he had the night prior that make fake stars.
Oh, that's sweet of you. You didn't have to do that.
I know. The kid liked them, though.
Well, thank you.
Oh. All right, so whoever wants to hold them, you can put 3 candles of starlight.
I didn't know we had a kid.
And
There's the kid.
do we cut back to Serena and Misfits thing?
I think Lou will head off to go give Dustin some food.
Good luck
Lou,
finding
make sure he doesn't get snatched, okay?
I suppose Serena will hold on to them for the moment.
I'll stick some stuff in the bag of holding while like wrapping stuff up and like hopefully keeping it dry.
Easy enough to do.
Okay.
Slight rewind to when Misfit first came in. She'll kind of wave him over.
Are we gonna do the thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nods. All right.
Okay. We gotta set this up right.
Mm-hmm.
We should go outside.
It's pouring rain.
It just feels right to be outside, though. Okay, I'm just gonna draw a circle right here with this chalk that I have. And I'm gonna sprinkle some seeds around. And I sit very enthusiastically within the circle and I invite Serena to join me.
Just smiles and chuckles a bit, and she'll go ahead and take a seat opposite in the circle.
All right.
And yeah, the 2 of us are going to have to focus, all right? And she'll hold her hands out.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll kind of guide him through like a meditative state, and we'll attempt to do our combo here.
I'm gonna start
Right.
channeling my speak with plants.
So what are we trying to do? What are we mixing?
We're trying to combo speak with plants and sending so we can check it on Tread.
I think
Sending
kill
the plants.
Sure. Let's see. Speak with animals.
Speak with plants.
plants.
No, I know. Speak with plants. And sending. All right. So I'm gonna need to start off Misfit.
Yeah.
I need you to make an animal handling check, which I also
Ooh.
use as your plant handling check.
Okay. Wait, I'm gonna roll on the tower.
Even better. Okay. Serena.
Mm-hmm.
As you kind of try to focus, I need you to roll an Arcana check.
I will gladly in just a moment. Apparently the spell is so powerful it's crashing my fantasy grounds.
Too
Upon
much.
plan.
It's too much. I can't take it.
Come on, fantasy grounds.
Natural one.
Natural one just explode. You become a plant.
Okay. And yeah, we'll keep this further a mystery here. Just gonna drop that in the tower. Oh, I think I've lost
Alright.
discourse. Oh,
So you engage the spell. You feel some sort of connection. What do you wish to try to say?
Do you have to talk or should I talk? We should have discussed this beforehand, or no?
she nods to you.
that gets sent.
And there goes the message.
Trent, I miss you.
No,
I
no,
love
that-
you. I'm
That's
sorry
four
we
words.
left you
Trent, I
behind.
miss you. Okay. The last 4 words are Trent, I miss you. I was counting.
Yep.
Oh,
However, your combo was successful.
Wait, he gets to put something back.
Yeah,
Man,
Trent
that's
gets
stretching it.
25
I don't know, man.
In reply,
yes.
don't seem to get a reply back. One of your skill checks was a little bit lacking on the return end.
Mm.
So your message, as good as it was,
No,
Wait,
that was
should
perfect.
you talk or should I talk?
didn't have quite
I
enough
literally
oomph to go
talked
back.
about this beforehand. Trent, I miss you.
Somewhere out there, Trent. Am I now self-aware? What was that? Well, at least you feel like your good intentions were delivered.
That is the best possible way it could have gone.
Exactly.
I approve.
Oh, I think that went well.
I think it worked.
I think it did too.
I'm just gonna like smile and I start picking up my seeds and I just kind of give Serena a hug.
Not bad, not bad.
It's pretty
It was nice of you to help out.
Happy to. Now, I believe the others need your help outside.
Oh, yeah.
And then fast forward.
All right. So, Lewis, you're going around looking for Dustin. Go ahead and roll a survival check with advantage because it's not that large of a place.
I can roll
And-
2 ones.
It's kind of easy. You just look for people working the hardest, and you just see a bunch of people like busting ass over in that direction. You just keep following the busiest looking people, and there's Dustin.
There's like a guy following me with a clipboard, and I'm like pointing things out about the wall that they need to improve.
No, it's the butcher. The butcher is literally going through, and everything you say, he says, but with like a harder to understand accent. And then people start doing it.
Nice.
Dustin, there's food.
Uh,
And didn't tell.
yeah, he turns back to you. And he's like,
Like, I'll hand you some.
I'm like holding it, and I'm like, there's no time to be eating. Don't you see how much left we still have to do?
How does everyone look?
Well, most everyone else is already taking a break. Like the guards are out, but like the people doing the work, they've done most of the cleanup. It's just basically at this point, there's like defensive fortifications and things he wants them potentially to do. But other than that, the cleanup's done. They're eating. Probably the majority of the heavy workers, because they've been working since like the early morning, are tapped for the day. Because they're also, most of them are just townsfolk. Not all of them are like hardcore workers. But you do have a couple of your Dustins out there that are just continually going.
Yeah, and you haven't eaten all day.
Because there's work to be done. We are under siege.
Lou basically shoves like a loaf of bread in your hand. Not you.
I mean, he holds it, but he's still like trying to like examine things and tell people what to do.
Yeah,
Like-
I gave you the bread. But continue. Sorry.
How did things end up looking on your end, Cross? Zul and I have been doing well over here.
All right. No, I'm gonna snap my fingers in front of Dustin. You snap out of that.
What are you doing?
Is my name Zool?
No.
No,
Oh, hail Zool!
no, it's the man with the clipboard, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, I like Zool. He's very friendly.
He's super helpful, yes. He's my best friend in the world.
Yeah. I also get a sense he is not a vegetarian.
You hear only the Dustin side of this conversation.
Yeah, no, I know.
Oh, at this
I
point
just
too.
I start
Oh.
weeping
Hey.
in the house, and I don't know why.
Are you gonna eat that? You mind if I have a bite? I haven't eaten since I've been born today.
Oh, yeah, sure, here. And I just like jam it into the flour. The flour eats it all.
The flour does nothing. See, he just kind of like hits the flour with the loaf of bread and then puts it in the dough.
You killed the flower with.
No, the flour's fine.
No, I like put it in its face.
Mm-hmm.
Was
It
good
looks like
enough?
he tried to feed the flour.
Good enough?
Thanks, pal. That was
All right,
delicious.
well, I hand you back the loaf of bread, Lou.
Please tell me there's not a bite taken out of this.
Roll an investigation check.
It's just really little.
You know.
You don't see any bites.
Okay.
Sorcery point, sorcery point, sorcery point.
I'm good. Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
It's late in the day.
It's dumb and it's investigation.
That's almost a 4.
It looks exactly the same as when you gave it to him.
It's not even wet?
I mean, yeah, it's wet from being out in the rain.
Okay.
Lou's just gonna eat his soggy bread and head back.
You did tell me how the other side of... Whatever.
It was fine. Taken care of.
Yeah, fine from you means bad. Good.
All right. I'm beaming you with the loaf of bread.
Roll a d20 for bread.
Perfect.
You just throw it over the wall.
You just hear, oh man, I just finished picking that up.
I'm just gonna stomp
threw
through
that?
them.
All right, so you head back. Dustin continues on. All right, so as you kind of get back to everybody, Ernest kind of looks over. Oh, was your friend gonna come, or did you want to wait until later?
I don't think he's coming until whatever he's done doing is done.
Ooh, I could wait a little bit later. That way the smaller kids can go to bed. And it's not the, I've been told, most appropriate story for children.
Fair.
In case any of your, and he kind of stares over at Misfit, are of a concern of being frightened.
Man, it's a good thing that there aren't any kids here, huh? Wouldn't want
Yeah.
to scare any kids.
Indeed.
I feel like
is it-
someone is about to terrorize my charge.
I'm gonna go check on Dustin. He's probably gonna fall down pretty soon.
Is there any place I can dry my clothes indoors?
Yeah. And they kind of show you a spot you can go. Like, there may actually be some clothes up there if you want to borrow something else for a minute.
We will look.
So Lou, interesting thing. I'm actually glad that you made this decision.
Oh,
Of course. So you kind of walk up, and they have just like a bunch of. They took like whatever clothing they could find. They just kind of threw it in here for whatever they could use it for, bandages, clothing. As you're in here, roll investigation check.
All right, investigation. You know what? I can roll worse, but sorcery point.
Sure.
Roll low 3. Yep.
You.
Mm. All right, so you kind of are digging through stuff. You do find some dry clothes, nothing too bad. However,
Mm-hmm.
as you kind of like find like a decent shirt that fits, that is functional, you kind of like move over a pile of clothing and you see something interesting in the pile.
Yay.
Let me send you a whisper.
Oh boy. Do I get to be mad at townsfolk?
All right.
It's a T-shirt that says "Dragons suck."
All right, so Luz goes off to get new clothes. What are you guys doing in the interim?
Oh boy.
Okay. Misfit, you're going to find Dusty. So
Yeah.
you head out. So while he's doing all that, it's very easy for you to find Dustin. You just kind of like have a feeling of where he is, especially within close proximity. What do you guys want to do?
We could play this out, but I'm pretty sure that he's just gonna put me back to work, and I'm not gonna complain about it.
You don't want to play it out? Come on, I got stuff.
Yeah, if you want to play, yeah, okay.
All right, how do you approach?
Dustin,
He like perks up and turns towards you.
I've got Bruce like over my head.
Bella, what are you doing out so late? You're supposed to go back to the lodge.
Like turn around behind me. They look back.
Oh, hail Zool!
Oh no, that's not. Oh, we don't talk like that. Are you teaching it crimes again? I thought you didn't want it to be evil.
No, we like Zool. He's our friend.
No, Zool,
Yep.
bad
He
guy.
has been working hard all day. You do not insult Zool.
Bella, what's going on?
I turn around again, looking very confused.
Good little star seeker, what's on your mind?
That's a new. Who's Bella?
You are.
I think you were getting a little confused in brain space there.
I have never felt more clear in my entire life. We have to protect the Citadel.
Oh, okay. We're not at a Citadel.
Don't you know what's coming for us?
Oh,
I'm a guard of the Citadel too. Right, boss?
Yes, you are. I mean, you're attached to me, so I can only assume that you're part of me, and therefore you are a guardian of faith, aren't you?
Yep. Am now.
Of course he is.
Man, you're saying a lot of stuff. Lou did not prepare me for this mentally. Okay.
We're gonna protect the divine gate.
Where?
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
Where are you right now?
Oh, hey.
Yes, Captain.
That rafter up there that's starting to rot. We need to get that replaced.
No. Where?
Cool. Take that down.
Where are we?
We're at the Citadel of the Guardians of Faith, protecting the Divine Gate from the onslaught.
Okay.
Where are you? Bella, it hasn't been that long.
Here's an easy question. What is your name?
Leah.
No. What is Bella? I am not Bella. Man, I don't know where you are right now. We're in a town.
As he says, you are not Bella. I divine sense because this could be a demon trick.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't get anything off of him.
Off of
Misfit.
Not seemingly, nor the flower.
We're in a forest.
Did Cross put you up to this? Is he playing a prank again?
Nobody named Cross here.
Just because I don't have time to eat, he does all these crazy things and ropes
you haven't even eaten yet.
Oh man, I don't know about Cross, but that one looks a little cross to be sure.
I'm gonna make a good berry, and I'm gonna make Dustin eat it.
Kelso, I'd like to point out that we have some good input from chat. That
Oh.
Pickle Rick the Flower.
Oh no.
Give him ideas.
I love ideas.
Yeah, don't you put those ideas in his head.
Oh, no.
All right, so what are you two doing?
So you're forcing me to eat a good berry?
Yes.
Hey, thanks for the raid.
Are you
Thank
just
you.
forcing it in my mouth, or are you trying to get me to eat it vocally first?
I'm gonna hand it to you
With force?
with passion.
Hey, that looks good. Does he have one I can have too?
I don't know. Do you?
I don't think flowers
I
are.
I hold it up to the fire.
Oh,
I need my strength. Guardian the Citadel has to stay alert.
I don't think flowers eat like that.
Look, the good berry is completely untouched.
Thanks for the raid, Saturday. Welcome.
No, I'm pretty sure it took a bite.
Oh, you're sure. But as far as it's just still there.
I know.
Okay, Dustin, you gotta eat that, and you gotta sit down for 5 minutes.
There's no time. There's no time. There's no time.
I'm
and
gonna
start
tackle
walking on.
you. I tackle
Okay.
him.
Roll D100 as you tackle him. Have you ever tried to jumpstart a car in the rain and have it go completely horrible? It's kind of like that. We're going to do what we can do.
4.
What is it with you people tonight and your D100s? All right, so as he kind of impacts with you to tackle you to take you back, you kind of not like a actual shock, but just like this physical shock. And it's just wet, and you are exhausted and tired, and Misfit's currently on top of you, and you're just sitting in the mud. And everyone's just kind of like looking, and the minute you stop looking, like you get up even slightly from the ground, they go back to work.
No, I'm gonna like stay lying on the ground for a bit. Why is there mud on the wall?
It's because you're on the ground.
What? Where am I?
Welcome back. We're in a town.
Are
In
you-
the woods.
He doesn't look so good, Misfit.
No, he's okay. He's okay.
Should I go get Zool to help?
No, do not get Zool.
As I say Zool, my heart rate goes to 100 BPM
No, it's okay.
immediately.
It's okay.
Everyone immediately like works at 200%. They're like, "Oh shit!"
Oh, okay, no, we're gonna go inside. Zool's not here. Zool's not here. It's just you and me.
But no, Zool was just over.
No, I
You muffle the flower.
put my hand on the flower. Okay, we're gonna
Yeah,
go inside.
Misfit takes me back, and I'm hyperventilating.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. All right, so you get back and you just see Dustin coming in, just like Simon immediately runs over. You're like, do you need something?
I need a towel and some soup immediately.
I met him
Yeah.
for the,
Yeah, it's for him.
and he like fishes a little glass bottle out of his little kit. Here, take 2 of these.
I do.
Okay, like you'll feel better soon. Just sit down. They kind of get you a towel.
I'm gonna take your helmet off and just like dry your head off.
Also, just a fair point of order because it doesn't actually rain a lot here. There are several leaks in the roof. The roof has never been hit with so much rain for so long, so leaks are starting to kind of form in different spots.
Didn't
But
a
it's-
cow fall through this roof too?
Yeah, there's that, but like it's a longer haul, so there's little bits of water. It's still better than being outside, though.
I'm just like holding your face.
What?
It's okay.
I don't remember waking up.
No, you were somewhere else for a bit, but you're okay now. You woke up.
Is he alright?
He will be.
Where was I?
Citadel.
Did Citadel. I don't
Citadel?
think I know it. Oh, that doesn't sound familiar.
You called me Bella.
Okay, as you say that, I am going to make a check.
You emotionally break your paladin.
I love that for you.
He like starts, it looks like he starts getting a headache.
No, it's
when you
okay.
say
Okay.
that name.
It's soup time. It's soup time. I'm gonna roll my check. It's
The
soup
best,
time.
the best goat meat stew you've ever. Everything that has meat in it is goat because that is all that he prepared, other than one pig
And 2 chickens.
and 2 chickens. Yeah.
It makes it easier. It makes people less
Okay.
picky and fight over food. If it's
I
Kind of join back up with everyone else, get a blanket, get some food.
I put
Get
Brewster
warm.
on his shoulders and I make the old man eat his soup.
oh, that's cute.
Ah. Did you want to hear the story now?
It hasn't come down.
Did someone want to go get your leader?
Yes, I'll go. I'll go get him.
Be careful. Keep an eye out in front of you and behind you.
And
Don't want to
behind,
get snatched.
and behind you?
But what about my sides?
And
Someone
occasionally,
looking front and behind.
it's always a good idea to look up every once in a while as well.
Oh.
And they kind of like start going through the motions. Like, I look up, I look left, I look right. They walk
I follow
forward
the
5
motions.
paces.
She just kind of chuckles and
Down?
will
Should
make
you
her
look
way.
down?
Very rarely. I probably should. I do trip a lot, but maybe we should. And you start forming a new rotation with him now that he sees the error of his ways.
Yeah, it's good to look where you're walking.
Hmm?
So you don't trip on stuff.
1 down, 1 up, turn left, pivot right, electric slide. Okay. So you guys start working on figuring that out while she goes to get loot. All right.
How many rooms are upstairs? Oh,
Upstairs is not too high. It's got like a balcony off. There's a larger balcony that kind of goes off the back side of it. 2 smaller ones on the sides. None on the front. So any of those you could pick, Lou.
Oh no, he's still with the clothes. Like he hasn't moved since.
Oh, he's up. Yeah. So he's not even out. He's like literally there's like 6 rooms upstairs. You don't see anyone as you come up the stairs. Start
Lou?
going down the hall.
Yeah.
As she calls out, do you respond?
No, he's trying to bore a hole through what he found and just hold.
All right. So you eventually do come to the room where the clothing is, where Lou is. You're just standing out there holding it, yeah?
Yep.
As you walk in, you just see Lou standing there, and he's kind of like holding a jacket, looking at it. And because of your long-standing relationship with Lou, you immediately recognize it. It is his jacket that he had lost.
Oh, that is strikingly similar.
Mm-hmm.
You don't suppose that he's around, do you?
He's not wearing it.
And neither are you, it seems. I thought you were getting changed.
He's wearing new clothes.
Oh, okay. I thought he was just like staring at the jacket the entire time.
No. He changed. He found clothing, and like as he found the perfect shirt, he pulls up the shirt and he sees the jacket.
Was there any distinct markings on Lou's jacket?
No, it's just like a longer jacket, right?
Yeah.
I mean, other than the fact that like he personally, just from having the jacket, knows it very well.
There's probably like some like creases that are
Yeah,
permanent on
markings
it.
and things.
That you don't notice until you notice.
Well, go ahead and throw it on.
Lou will come down with the jacket, but he's not.
As you put the jacket on, you said?
You know what? Yeah.
Chat, roll a D100. We'll take the first one we get.
Roll 100, please.
Please.
You got to tell them all too, because I don't think everyone has the command. We should put that in the bot.
I'll tell him just a sec.
Oh, you couldn't even roll a number, Gate Chip.
No, I couldn't. I'm sorry. Ooh.
Oh, yes. Close enough.
All right. So you put the jacket on, and you immediately feel like this pain in your side, like you got pricked with something, seemingly in one of the pockets. Almost like you got jabbed with like a rose thorn or something like that.
I'm going to check the pocket.
As you put your hand in, you get poked again, as it is a very large, like barbed thorn. It's like dark. It's kind of weird. Like it's very hard, but you're not sure like what it's made out of. And it's got like this kind of purplish dark tint to the tip, but it's not like wet or anything, or you don't get a sense it's toxic. It's just weirdly colored. And there's like this little bit of a light pinkish purple sap that's kind of near the end of where the rose part separated.
There's a thorn in the pocket.
Why didn't we get Misfit to have a look at that? And as she's just kind of staring at it, has Serena ever seen anything like that?
The thorn, no. Like it looks like a thorn. You can tell it's a thorn, but as far as this specific one, not specifically.
Okay. Let's have Misfit have a look at that. Jacket looks good on you. Yeah, come on downstairs. We have some stories to hear.
Yep, we'll head downstairs.
All right. So you walk downstairs. Misfit, as you see Lou kind of walk downstairs, it almost just happens out of pure happenstance. Like, he's found the same jacket that my friend, and then you're like, oh wait, that looks like, and you kind of start putting the dots together. They have owned the same jackets.
Man, what a weird
What luck.
coincidence. They have good taste.
I can't taste the soup.
Why can't you taste your soup?
It doesn't taste like anything. And he's like slowly just putting stuff into his mouth.
Okay, can I try a bite?
I pour soup on my flour.
That's I don't
like?
think.
Gamey, but delicious.
Gamey? What does that even mean? And then I get
Tastes
back
like
eating my soup.
oats.
Dustin, I don't think soup is good for flowers.
No, he said he liked it. He said it was gamey.
Yeah, he said he liked it.
I look like a sick old grandma at the moment.
Oh.
Just accept. What happened? Wait. What happened to your hair?
What did happen to my hair?
Yeah, who are you looking at when you say that?
A lot of people in this room.
Dustin's helmet is off, right? And he has the bald head? Or
Bald?
Did I mishear that?
I was
This is Dev's fault. They're talking about the boss.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was calling him bald because he didn't have moss on his shoulder.
Yeah, because I scrubbed off the pauldron that had the yellow flower on it that turned evil.
Okay, never mind. Resend the hair comment.
I mean,
Yeah.
I could fix that real quick.
You never know.
Yeah.
You never know. It could happen any day.
Hey, if Bob took more control over my body, you never know. But apparently he doesn't want to talk to me when there are a bunch of hags around.
You never know.
I never know. Anyway, I'm eating soup and like my hair is everywhere, and it looks like I have 13 in like 3-inch dark bags under my eyes.
I'm visibly fretting over him.
Oh, you got him to come inside. I'm impressed. It's because
Kelso,
he wanted to hear my story.
Nick wants to know how much he needs to pay to make him actually bald.
$300.
No.
No. Believe me, if we hit him with enough fire, that's all we need to do. He's a paladin, though, to be fair. It is much harder to burn him. I've tried several times. All right.
If you actually give up $300, I'm not making myself bald. I'm sorry. I have to say that out loud, otherwise someone's gonna get
Baldness
mad.
has no price.
You can't mess with the guy who has a wizard living inside of his body.
Nope. If I just make him mad enough, I'll get bald by myself. I mean, there was a one time that Serena turned into a jolly what was it? A gobstopper? Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. She was like super brightly colored and kind of was changing through like all the colors of like a jawbreaker.
Yeah.
Yep.
Every time you touched her, and she like trailed rainbows behind her. It was great.
Yeah, so you would poke her and it'd make like the little rainbow trail with still like biting into a jawbreaker with like several layers in it.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Let's hear your story.
Oh well, sit down. Who took the candles, by the way? The starlight candles.
Serena.
Okay. He kind of takes this, and it looks like he's kind of assembled this. This is a very rough book. It's not very thick, but it's got a decent amount of content, and he kind of like puts it down. He flips over the first page.
I think you're gonna want to move tables. There's a leak right where you're sitting.
Oh, and he kind of scoots it to the side and puts a little bucket.
We all have your backpack in their lap as well. So our friend can hear from within.
There are some very basic pictures he's drawn in to these journals as well, for reference. Some of them were done by his father, so many of like the older entries, some of the newer stuff, it's very easy to tell who made what. It's like, so you see, while we've been having issues recent years, there's always been a witch on the mountain. But, you know, other than those who sought them out, there was never any issues, never conflict, never anything like this. And he shows you guys kind of the first page, and there's just this creepy looking drawing. Let me grab it real quick. And you see you see this creature just stenciled in, but you don't see most of the body. The body is covered with like a cloak, and there's like a hood over the head.
Frog? Oh, frog?
And you just see it like perched up like in the window of a building with an arm hanging out of it. The Snatchers. That's when this started for my family. That he just kind of realizes what he said. I mean, for my town.
And when did they start appearing?
Well, you see, these have always been there, but one of these came and had taken a woman from our town. A very important woman, respected by many of the people. A young girl on an evening of a party in her honor. And she was taken from her bedroom in the night. Suspicious of the witch, many of the village men joined together, about 50 or so, and decided to go and retrieve the young woman. My father was among them, and this is the journal he kept. You see, they tracked this creature for a good day and a half. before they came to the edge of, and just like looks in the direction of the forest. You must be careful if you do go that way. And he turns the page to the second page. The witch's hounds are ever present. And you just see a picture of a very interesting looking, but it definitely looks like a werewolf.
Mhm.
As I'm like slowly pawing in soup, I'm just gonna put my finger on the picture and look at Lou and say, "Did you rip out one's heart yesterday?"
You saw that?
Kind of hard to not hear when a wolf screams in the middle of the night.
As he's been telling the story,
Yeah.
she'll be reading his surface thoughts and
Sure. He seems very saddened, especially at the beginning part of this when he said his family instead of his village.
Okay.
And he seems to have a great emotional tie to the story. Like you gather, it's really hard for him to tell it, but you know he also finds it very fascinating.
send
Yeah,
a
that-
one-way telepathic message to Lou. One way, you going to be able to reply? It seems very connected to this. I get the feeling it was a sibling of his that went missing.
It's like pantomiming what a werewolf would look like with like he's making the teeth with his fingers and stuff while you're having this mental conversation. It's like
Roll
out of the fuck yeah. 15, not bad.
I am oohing and ahhing.
Mm-hmm. What big nasty teeth!
Whoa, dude, I've been bitten by
But out
this
of
so much.
the 50 men that my father had joined, just attempting to get into our forest alone, pasture hounds, 16 of them were killed within a 2-mile span. So you see, when I tell you that your friends are made it in further than anyone I know, I'm not lying. However, they did get, and he turns the page again. They spent several days wandering through the woods trying to find any sign of. And he almost says something, and he doesn't. Serena.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't say the word, but he thinks the word.
Secrets.
Thinks that to Lou.
Uh-huh. And so, just kind of sits there. However, after a couple of days, they begin to notice strange things, sounds, and that they were being followed. It was at this point the creatures grew bold and started to surround us. They were easy enough for our men to fight, but they were so many, and they just would not die. We lost another 8 men until, and they turn the page one more time, and you just see this drawing of almost what seems like a large abandoned ruins, just like these huge buildings overgrown with vines and plant life. Apparently, somewhere in the woods lives these creatures. And the city, once they found it and went into it, the other creatures did not follow.
Does it look familiar?
It's a bad drawing, but only you. Actually, I will let you and Serena roll history checks with disadvantage.
Yeah,
11
I'm gonna,
and 2.
I'm gonna roll a
Disadvantage.
sensory point.
Serena.
Oh, disadvantage, yep.
Mhm.
You know what? I'll join in on this Sorcery point roll.
Is it roll it again or roll it just another dice?
I'll just let you roll with it because you both did great on these anyways. This construction looks very familiar. It looks an awful lot like the construction from the room in your dream, Lou.
Oh,
It doesn't look like the throne room, but it's very similar in the way it's built, kind of like mixed in with trees and the unnatural elements as well.
Serena
So-
probably give each other like a knowing look.
My father and his party rested here for a day, were able to kind of recover, but then more men started disappearing.
that was a bad idea.
Without any sign, we chose to leave. Even though it provided safety, we couldn't risk it, and we chose to leave again. However, this time as we left, we were followed by something else. A large creature. This one looks much bigger, but I'll get you the closest thing we have for a picture real quick. Do. But it forever kind of watched them as they would go, never getting close. If they approached, it would disappear. This, but much bigger, also kind of same thing, just wearing a very basic cloth covering with hood.
Whoa.
Big. Eventually, they thought it had left, but one night while they were sleeping, the creature attacked. They didn't know what to do, and from what my father says, everyone in his party died except for him. He'd run through the forest trying to escape this creature until he came upon a garden. And you see just a picture of like a garden with all these statues in numerous different poses and beautiful flowers. And this is the last entry in the book. This book, and he kind of holds it up, was found 6 months after my father went missing in the woods. You would not know this one, Dustin. They never found the girl or came home.
How long ago was this?
Maybe 15, 20 years ago. Something like that.
How old was she?
The woman?
Mm-hmm.
13. It was actually her 13th birthday.
Serena just kind of has a bit of a somber expression, closes her eyes for a moment, and opens them up again.
But even since then, the townsfolk and my family were able to collect more information, as well as some history from archives regarding, and he pulls the page over, and you see a picture of, it's like a drawing, or actually a painting, kind of almost in a way, of what this coven, or at least at the time this book was written, what these coven members look like and what was known about them. There is one very, very, very old looking woman sitting center behind this object on a table. So there's 3 of them around a table, and then there's like this interesting looking sphere, like an orb, like an intricate decorated crystal ball almost, like sitting on the table. So the old woman is sitting center behind it. To the left, there's like this grotesque grotesquely deformed, long-fingered, overly long-armed, hunched back, almost troll-looking in some ways, but not quite like an Annis hag. Just sitting there to her left. And on the right, there's actually a much more human-looking with slight hag features. Looks like a woman, like maybe in her early 40s. The Coven of the Hollow Hills, as they call themselves.
And it's only been the last 2 years that they've been.
Oh no, the Coven had been here for a long time, but it's only in the last 2 years they had been violent.
So
You
what's
see,
changed?
I couldn't even begin to tell you. However, and he kind of points, that is one of their trinkets. We don't know what it's actually called. We just call it the eye. But it says with it they can see everything at all times. Why no one's ever been able to catch up to them or best them. And then he flips the page over. And it's a picture of the older woman. That is the leader of the coven. The oldest, the hag known as Tanta. I'll spell that out loud. Or, I guess I can't spell it out loud. The oldest, normally covens don't have a leader, but this one was very strong. She had a book. What was... yes. She was the keeper of the Book of Omens. Very powerful book. Supposedly containing all of the most ancient of hag magic. However, she made one of her daughters, and she flips over a page, and you see the very large, ugly-looking one. The ugliest-looking one, we'll say. This one is called Druzmina.
I'm just waiting for him to flip to a page with Lou's sister on it.
On this one, that would have been great, though. Hey, you never know. I might need a filling sometime soon. You look at this page, and it explains that Druzmina was created by Tanta in a very troubling ritual. Lou, you're going to hate this one because it was done with a cow. And so you just see that this cow is used in this ritual to kind of make Druzmina. And apparently this ritual did give her a very special ability that most hags do not have.
She's the hive mind.
No, it allowed her access to the in-between.
Yeah, the hive mind. Excuse
All things between places. Doorways. All sorts of things. Windows.
the walls.
Not walls. Just things that go between places. She can move freely between them, one to the next. What it's noted for her, loves to steal and probably eat children. The younger looking one is Eloise. And all that is really noted here is that she was a collector of statues. However, Eloise, and you see there's a recent entry, was killed, and points over at the bard and the monk across the room, kind of eating their food. By their party. So, hey! At least that's one you don't have to worry about.
How long ago was that?
A couple months ago? Although, we've not seen them since. So, hard to say. but I don't know if they have not returned by now. I would highly doubt that they lived. Your friends could probably tell you more. None of us have been nearly that far.
Well, thank you for the story. It was
He
very
just-
brave of you.
As you say it that way, he's good. Hold on, he's gonna make a roll. He kind of tears up a little bit, but he rolls one high just enough, and like, yes. Well, anyways, I will let you know if you have any other questions. You know where to find me. And he just walks like 30 feet away and sits down.
Dustin finishes the soup bowl, puts his spoon in his bowl, and like stands up, tucks Bruce around his collarbone, and starts heading upstairs to go to bed.
Everyone sleeps in the Great Hall.
He's going to bed.
You go fall asleep in the clothes room.
I'd go to bed somewhere.
I follow him.
Okay.
Very proactive.
I don't know how to tell you any more. That Dustin looks like death, and he is going to bed because he is not telling you what he is doing. But that is what he looks like. He looks like death, and he is walking away.
Just kind of glances over to Lou. Everything all right with him? Also, Slumber, you're muted.
I'm aware. I was making tea.
Mm.
I'm
Twinsies.
still technically doing that. So, otherwise, Lou would go talk to the group of people that we're looking for.
I'll come with you.
I'm gonna keep watch over Dustin to make sure he doesn't get snatched.
All right. So you watch. He's just like asleep in a pile of coats. You just plop next to him.
Don't, Misfit, you don't have to watch over me. Bruce will keep me safe. You can go downstairs and listen to more stories.
Oh, it's okay.
No, please.
Bruce is
Have you ever
with
tried
me.
to sleep with somebody watching over you? It's kind of distracting.
I'm pretty sure you watch me when I sleep, like, often. So this is payback.
When have I ever done that? And he's out.
I just give him a pat.
One moment before we depart, Lou. Serena's gonna see if she can get if there's like a spare helmet or something lying around.
And just there's no spare armor of any kind. Like even what they wear is pretty makeshift.
There is, because Dustin did not take his helmet with him.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Bright shiny one.
She'll leave that. Oh, this one was better. All right, yep. We'll head over and go have a chat with our friendly neighborhood bard and monk.
Yeah. You walk over. The bard is currently not there. The monk is, and he's just kind of hanging out with some of the guards that are off their current shift duty.
Gentlemen.
Ah, please sit.
Would it be all right if we asked you a few questions?
Absolutely.
Have a seat. Well, we heard about your expedition a few months back.
Ah, yes. Still a bit of a work in progress, you see.
Apparently the farthest anyone has ever made it.
Oh, well, no, I'm confident we'll find the rest of the party. Hopefully in good condition.
Do you mind telling us what's happened?
Unfortunately, I wouldn't be of much help. You see, I was injured much earlier on in our confrontation. Actually, between here and our journeys through the forest beyond. We got in a bit of a tight spot. I may have played a little bit of a martyr, but then I remembered I like living. Um, Beaten and broken, but found and recovered, thankfully. However, I did not continue on. Probably the last time that was maybe 2 or 3 days after we had killed the other hag. We had tracked that one down in the woods. Oh, what is that house? Details are a bit fuzzy for me. You'll have to forgive me. Small shack. Strange house though. Had feet like a chicken. I know it sounds strange.
The details are a bit fuzzy. Is she picking anything up off the surface?
Are we
lots?
close enough that I hear that?
How
far did we go?
You could have your excuse.
Oh, you're
probably-
upstairs. No, you guys
Nope.
are upstairs.
Okay, yeah, no.
If you want to hear this, your excuse can be,
Nope.
"Oh, you forgot your helmet."
It'll be all the
What's-
better in the morning though when she tells you guys.
What'd she get for surface slots?
From who specifically? The monk?
Yeah.
He doesn't really remember much. He does kind of get like recollections of like pain and anxiety and stress thinking back to him getting hurt. We also do get like a sense like he actually has like a deep care for this party that he was traveling with. Doesn't want anything kind of bad to happen with him. Feels guilty, but
How did you manage to track it? I thought they were nigh impossible to track.
how'd I manage to what?
To track it down.
Oh, well, you see, our party is not what you call your typical run-of-the-mill party. Very talented individuals. No offense, not saying that your party's not, but there was also a lot more of us. And well, decently well-financed until all of our things were taken from us. Long story. Thankfully, I don't need many things.
Yes.
You now realize that Bilden had absolutely nothing. You're not sure that was actually your friend the Blade that took it from him. Yes, it was kind of a hard position, but it's just, I don't know. I'm glad I got them further in, but we just were trying to help and investigate. I think things escalated very quickly. And we felt very safe after we defeated one of them. All I can tell you, what the man says is true about the story. I've seen these plant creatures he speaks of. Best to avoid those.
The Timberwolves?
The townsfolk just kind of refer to them as the corrupted. The bodies of, I want to say, lost or corrupted souls. Half human, half plant. More plant, unfortunately, than human, it seems, for many. We fought off a lot, but they kind of did me in. I'm not even 100% sure how I got out of there. I had attempted to flee, and then I had passed out later on.
The confrontation with this youngest hag, how did that go? Did she want to talk? Did you ambush her? Or did she ambush you?
No, we had honestly found her by pure happenstance. We heard the house walking. We had an encounter. It's more dumb luck than anything. I mean, we're still well suited, but our druid actually managed to burn her alive and kill her.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, that did not help the situation here. But I don't know. I wish I could tell you more, quite honestly. I don't know much about the other hags. The one we fought could turn creatures into stone. We didn't give her much chance to show us anything else.
That's very fortunate.
Yes, our druid's a little bit extra with the fireballs, unfortunately.
Druids would not be the kind of people I'd say would specialize with fire magic.
You tell her that.
I think I'll pass on that.
He just smiles. But that's Bilden. I'm sure he loves to talk. He's got to know something. I know he was having a hard time remembering details, but honestly, helping him remember might be your best bet.
Thank you.
He
Well,
should be out here somewhere. He might be pacing the wall or something. Or having a smoke. You know halflings and their pipes.
Yeah. I honestly just got dry. I don't want to sit in the rain.
Couldn't blame you.
We can wait till he comes back in.
Can we?
No, perhaps.
What do you guys want to do?
It was a lovely story. Thank you. She'll go ahead and stand up. Have a pleasant day, you three. And coming home?
Lou lingers and just kind of looks tired, and then we'll stand up.
Alright, let's go have a word with Marius now. See if he's learned of anything.
I'm just gonna peek outside the best I can for building. Marius.
Yeah, you kind of go outside. You don't see Bilden. Anyone else helping look around also?
Marius is inside, right? Or where is he?
Inside.
Yeah, I'm inside.
Come on, Lou. This way. We'll head over to Marius.
No, Lou's kind of just standing in the doorway.
Alright. Suppose she'll head over. Have you learned of anything?
Talking to me?
Mm-hmm.
So I could not find the source of the bombardment earlier, and there's been nothing else that's stood out or I can find that's a threat or anything even interesting.
Supposedly, there's a house that walks about in the forest.
Would that ring any bells to me on like
Roll
stories?
a history check. Sounds like some sort of crazy children's book with that natural one.
Yeah, that sounds made up. I've never heard of houses that could walk.
With chicken legs.
You so lack creativity.
It would be a first. Do they know any areas it's been cited?
I
Directions?
should kind of give a description of whereabouts they mentioned.
Yeah, so from where he said it was roaming through in the forest beyond towards the mountain.
Like, is this days, weeks?
No, like the forest is the most immediate location closer to the mountain. You could kind of immediately get in there. They said they spent like a day and a half roaming around. Or no, the story people will spend a day and a half wandering around there. These guys were just happening through and saw it walking across. So you could get there very easily.
Say it'll take some time, but I can send Bram that way.
Nods.
All right,
And I'll
you send
him
them out. Okay, so you send him off out into the woods to go see if you can find a chicken house.
with the description that I was given and his bird's eye view.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it would be really hard to mistake unless there's like two chicken houses running around. But I have a feeling any chicken house you come across, you probably want to.
While I have your attention, something I've been curious about. In regards of magic, do you know of any spells that can just operate off single words?
I start thinking, what kind of check you
We'll
want to
use
make?
2 words.
Roll an Arcana check. I mean, the only thing that really comes to mind is like the verbal components of a spell. Like, yeah, of course, words can be used in spells. It's a common thing.
Yeah, not all spells require materials or somatic gestures. Is there something specific? Are you trying to learn something, or?
Well, I was looking through a book the other day, and it briefly mentioned something about some ancient powers. Single word spells. I was wondering if you had ever heard of anything along those lines.
Single word spells. Now, what I've heard of higher level stuff like power word kill, things like that.
Yeah, so you've heard of that. What he's specifically looking for, you haven't
Right,
seen, but you
but
would be
that's what
familiar
it
with
sounds
like, yeah, like things that can simply be done with a word.
Yeah, there are words of power, but they're very powerful and beyond anything that I think any of us could channel or harness. And they're typically deadly.
Thank you. I was just a bit curious on it.
Is Serena the only one here with me?
I think everyone, or no, Lou's looking for
Lou's
building,
more like in a doorway or a window looking outside.
and then the paladin druid are upstairs asleep. So yeah, it's really just kind of you guys. Simon's out there too, but he's just kind of looking out the
Lou's
window.
out of earshot?
Yeah, no, Lou's within earshot, I'd say. He hasn't really gone too far from the lodge.
Is there any place like from where I'm sitting, look, is there like a corner a little bit further away?
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty big lodge. You can find
So
that, or if you needed to, you can find like a little semi-empty room or something.
I'm like, I need to stretch my legs and kind of get up and start hobbling further away from Lou and look at Serena and kind of nod my head to follow.
Raised eyebrow, which she'll stand up and follow.
After we get a good ways away, kind of maybe around a corner or something, I'm like, I understand and value research and experimentation, and it's quite unfortunate the way events went down earlier, but sometimes you need to do what you need to do. So let me know how it goes. And I reach into my pocket and I pull out a little vial and I place it in your palm.
Oh no. No, Various.
You have a vial of blue powder.
She looks at it, a bit confused for a moment, picks it up. Wait, where did... Checks her pouch. When did you get this?
Oh, long before any of you piled it up to burn. I agree, there should be, there could be knowledge gained from it. It could be used as a weapon against the enemy. It could be researched to find a counteractive agent to stop its use if it was weaponized. To
It can also
just
be used to
destroy
look
it without knowing what can and will be done with it, it's kind of a waste.
Oh, clever. It can also be used to find out who is making it. And who glances over toward the monk for a moment. And who's after our friends?
Should you need help with research, let me know.
Have
I'll
you
just kind of
figured
slowly
anything
start
out about
walking back towards my chair. I'm sorry, what was that last part?
Have you figured anything else out about it?
I have not had a chance to study or anything with it. I've just kept it safe.
Nods. Well, next opportunity. She'll go ahead and pocket it.
At this point, Serena.
Mhm.
Go ahead and roll a D100 for me. Oh, damn it, Misfit. I just read that.
41.
All right. So at this point, as you're sitting there, your backpack falls over like where you have it set next to you in your chair. You just see it. And you see like this green light coming out of your backpack.
She'll kind of crouch down to readjust her backpack and kind of block view and open up the top of it.
As you do, a little pixie comes flying out and starts flying circles around your head. And like it's talking, but it's really hard because you don't. It's just a very hard. You get about 25% of what she's saying.
Slow down. Conker, are you alright?
Yeah, I'll send you a message. Oh, that is Dustin. That's not you.
Hey, yeah, that would have been awkward.
It's the damn costumes people.
I would have had such a nice, weird, ominous message in my dream tonight.
That's basically after she says it several times. That's what she's trying to kind of relay to you.
Alright, get in the bag.
Lou, at this point, I need you to roll a perception check for sound.
Get AFK real quick.
Okay. You're out there. Belden! And then you just hear breaking glass, and you hear someone scream, like a woman.
Lou's out of the window.
And you look, and you just watch as off the top of the lodge, at the other side, you see a large hooded individual kind of impact into the ground. Look over to you. It's the Snatcher. And you see like a little halfling leg kicking out of its mouth, and then it jumps 100 feet lands in the distance. What are you guys doing? It's got the massive frog hops.
Seeing Lou run out, Serena will basically follow behind.
First things first, I cast haste on myself.
Lou, you dove out the window. Is that what you said you did?
Yeah, no, I hop out. I cast haste and hop out the window
Okay.
after the thing.
All right, so you start booking after it. It can hop 100 feet.
I have 60 feet action dash, then hasted action dash.
Mm-hmm. So you're kind of keeping pace. You're running. It's jumping from like object to object, so it's got you a little bit, but you're still making pretty good pace, trying to keep away with it.
He should have, that should be 180 feet.
Yeah, but it can also jump more than once.
Mm.
So if it's dashing, it can also
As he
go another.
bolts out at supersonic speeds, damn it. She's going to run upstairs.
All right, so you run off. You're going there. Simon's gonna start running after him. Just try to keep up or do whatever he can. I'm coming, boss. Damn this chainmail.
Did I hear a commotion at all?
You probably hear Serena running up the stairs, yelling Misfit, very shortly after.
You kind of hear like you thought you heard something, and then you just hear someone running up the stairs. Misfit!
Be right back, Dustin. Bruce, don't let him get snatched.
You take Bruce off.
No, I'm telling Bruce to protect Dustin from being snatched.
But are you taking Bruce off you to put onto him?
No,
It already happened. It already happened. That
Yeah.
happened while I was eating.
Okay.
He's already got Bruce.
Don't forget to
And
take
I'll-
Bruce power off.
Oh, yep. I will go rushing down the stairs.
All right, so you
Well,
go rushing
he's
down the stairs.
Up the stairs, I imagine.
So you
We run into each other.
Serena.
What happened? What happened?
Building's being snatched. Lou's after them.
Oh,
Go
okay.
chase them.
Okay.
Is Dustin in any shape too? And he's gone.
Nope.
As he's running by, Serena will establish a connection to him as well. In the next 6 hours.
It's zoomy time.
Guess there's no way she's keeping up.
All right, so Simon's running. He's not going to be able to keep pace. You're going to start cooking up. So it's Misfit, Simon, and Lou.
Yep.
Mhm.
And then I'm assuming
Sure.
Marius will probably send Bram to go see if you can find him.
Bram's
no, Bram's
looking
out.
for Chicken
That's
House.
bad. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to grab a quick drink. I'll be right back, and then I'll get us a map while you go try to chase the Snatcher. Be right back.
I put myself to bed.
Everybody likes
And
to
now
chase
I
down
can't
some snatch, so
participate.
Night, Grabby.
Good night. Dude, I give you so much info and you forgot it all. I can't believe you.
I didn't forget it all. It was just I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna refresh myself.
Okay.
I was feeling the moment of being absolutely dumbfounded as a little boy. Okay.
Yeah, you are like 12 years old.
Hey, baby.
I'm grown.
Yeah, you're grown, but you're 12.
I'm grown.
You need to ask if it's okay to drink cough syrup.
No.
Oh, is it?
I don't know. I'm not awake. I can't answer.
Lou, how are we catching up to this guy?
Oh, I have
He has all of his spells. And a
haste on all
glove.
of my spells. And a glove, yeah.
Oh, you should have gloved and hasted.
I wasn't thinking. I almost said it. But I'm scared.
And you have 6 fun little words you could try to use.
All right.
Come
There's
on,
a
you've
lot.
already used 2. You're afraid of the other 4?
Yes.
I think you're faster than me right now.
I think Lou's moving 160 feet.
180.
Yeah.
Yeah, the two of them are going super crazy. Simon is just totally lost. Like he's trying to find which way Lou went. He's just going like that way.
I imagine as Simon is standing there for a moment, trying to catch his breath and look around to see where he is, I get the feeling he's about to get Warbounder scooped.
Probably. But Misfit, I need you to roll a survival check as you try to find out which way they went.
Mm-hmm.
As he goes running off Serenal. Yeah. Alright, I'm in your head. Let's see if I can help.
You
But there's
definitely
no
smell
way-
Lou, and you kind of pick up on his trail. You do come across Simon like running in the direction that he was heading. You scoop him.
I will scoop him.
All right, so you scoop him, and you guys proceed. So Lou, because we go much, much faster than they are, and we had a head start. So as this guy is kind of jumping, is there anything you want to attempt to do?
Oh, what's the rough distance he is from me?
It depends throughout the he can jump. His jump is 100 feet, so he's just like jumping and then landing and then jumping. He's not always necessarily going in straight lines, so like he's jumping from one object to another. Sometimes not always 100 feet. It just depends on what's available to jump to.
Can I, if I see an object that he is intending to land on, can I magic missile it to break it before he lands?
Yeah, I'd say you could get close enough so as you see him kind of like going towards the roof, you're going to shoot the roof underneath him.
Yep.
Sure. It's not hard to miss. Just roll a D100.
14.
This is the lowest I've ever seen Lou roll D100s ever.
I'm sad. I love rolling high.
So you watch as it kind of like goes to land on one spot and it's coming down and you're below it and you like throw the magic missiles through like the second story window and pop, pop, pop. And you just watch as it lands, it crashes through the roof and it crashes through the middle and it goes down to the first floor of this building. You seem to have at least got it caught up for a moment.
Yeah.
You guys hear the crash off in the distance too.
I think,
As
is
you
there
run,
any way to get into the building?
I mean, there's plenty of ways. Just depends on how much you want to get into the building.
Lou wants to get into that building now.
You tell me.
I don't want to say window, but I also want to say window.
Totally up to you.
Dude, it's cool. Do it. Take slashing damage. Come on.
Yeah, I'm gonna go through the window.
Roll an acrobatics check. You do have your long coat on, which does help.
I'm gonna sorcery point that, or do I not get advantage on acrobatics with haste?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, no. Sorcery point. Given that chance to roll a 1, it was meant to be.
All right, so you've been pulling off pretty badass moves all day. Your luck had to run out at some point. So you like go to do the same amazing jump you did to go out of the lodge to chase down this guy, and you jump into the window. It's more reinforced, so you just hit it, plunk, and you fall on the ground.
No, I deserve that.
You stand up, and you're both just getting to your feet as it looks at you through the glass. It just kind of smiles, and you see this little foot rapidly kicking inside of its mouth.
Is the
Anything
window
else?
like I could lightning lure when it tries to jump. But I think if there's a window between us, I can't.
What's the range on lightning lure?
15 feet.
See, it would be difficult. I think he's technically further in because he's like in the middle of the building and you're on the outside of the window.
Mm.
So like he's there and then it's also kind of reinforces metal, so probably not that spell. And you just
I
kind of
also
watch as he
don't want to hit building.
squats back down.
Ray of Frost.
All right, go ahead, roll your attack. This is attack, right? Not a save.
Yeah, it's an attack.
Go for it.
Nope.
You shoot, the beam kind of goes wide, and it jumps up and out the top of the roof, and it kind of lands like 50 feet back out the backside of the house.
Fuck.
You keep giving chase. At this point, Misfit, roll an acrobatics check for me. Or athletics, your choice.
Let me double check. My stats. Okay.
All right, so you just watch maybe 300 feet away. You see Misfit like speed running around the corner, like almost drifting as an animal.
Amazing.
And you
Yeah,
see
we
Simon
must
like holding on, like,
go racing.
You have eyesight on them now, though, Misfit.
Gas, gas, gas. I gotta step on the gas.
Actually, does Simon have anything that can help you? I don't think so, but I should double check.
He doesn't have guidance or bless.
No. I have guidance. Guidance is it's not that helpful here, though. The athletics roll is fine. I'm just trying to think if there's anything I can do to make them faster. Not really. Nope. Very good at healing things, not very good at making things faster. All right. So you're giving chase, Lou?
Yo.
All right. So you get in. Is there anything else you'd like to try as you're kind of keeping pace and exchanging with it? It's got about 500 feet until it makes the tree line.
All right, sorry, building.
Glove, 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 glove.
I think I'm gonna have to glove.
All right. So you activate the glove?
Yep.
And do what? So you just watch as it crackles with energy?
Mm-hmm. When it lands, I'm gonna target where it lands with shatter.
Nice. All right, so you kind of speed up. You try to go to catch it, and you get right in range as you go to shoot shatter.
It's a con save.
All right,
DC 14 con.
I have good con, but I have no bonus to my con save. That is a natural 1. It landed between 1 and 19.
And,
that is definitely a fail.
And any building that it lands on is gone.
Don't forget to double your damage.
Well, it's not in the town anymore. It's outside the wall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's trying to get away with him. But as you go to hit it before it goes ahead, go ahead, roll your damage and double it.
Yep. Just
the glove. All right, so you go ahead. It kind of cracks as it impacts, like its leg kind of gets stuck for a second.
It gets
Misfit, I will say you gain half the distance between it and Lou as it gets stuck. And Lou is able to kind of maintain more with it. It will try to escape. What's my shrink? Oh yeah, that's bloody. You kind of watch as he pulls his foot out. All right. It's going to go ahead. It's going to squat down to jump. and then it disappears. What do you do?
I'm gonna run over to that location.
All right. What's your passive perception?
Not high. 10.
17 if I'm close enough.
I know yours. I rolled a
It's
7.
10.
So you look, you're like, where the fuck? And then you look over, it teleported 30 feet behind you. And then it jumps again.
Magic missile.
All right, you get 2 pops on him. Pop, pop.
Mhm.
All right, about this point, you're both caught up. So now you're right next to each other.
What is it? Do the dice get doubled, or does the modifier get doubled, or is it 2d4 plus 1 each missile?
As long as you have the glove active, it is double the dice roll. So it's still +1, but it's 2d4 per little thing. So you should just have to right click extra. I threw a Bander Hob in there too. He's at the top of the order. You can shoot at him.
First missile,
Ooh.
second missile, and third missile.
I'm gonna try to pounce and grapple if I can get close enough.
Hold on.
Do we have a
second.
map?
Not unless we have to. He just won.
Okay, you had said before you took the break, you're gonna have another map. I was just making sure.
Yeah, we were going to, and then I wanted to see like if we actually got it cornered or not. I got to add your 24 from earlier though, so you have. Ooh, you've seen better days. Actually, we'll use the map we're on because we did make it outside the wall. Let me get rid of all the tokens. Tokens. Delete tokens. Delete all tokens. All right, so we have our Bander Hob. I'll get you. We have our Misfit. We have a Simon. And we have... Where's Lou? Spyro the Dragon.
Heck yeah.
Alright, it says it kind of lands down after getting hit by your magic missiles. What were you trying to do, Misfit?
I'm trying to pounce and grapple.
Alright, so go ahead. You're on the map now, you can move to him.
Yeah, I leap at it. I'm doing this. That's down. This way.
Why did my thing move that far over? There we go.
I thought I had Warbounder coded.
You did.
Man, guidance was really
Was
nice.
it on Biscuit
Oh, here it is. Here it is. No, I got it.
or Coda? Oh god, so many bears.
I don't think Coda was ever in Warbounder.
Never.
I don't think so.
I'm just trying to grapple it, so should I make athletics?
Yes, indeed. It will make its own athletics to resist you. That is a natural 20. Plus 8.
Oh. I don't think I can beat that.
You could roll 20.
No.
Dude, he's so mucusy.
You go to grab. No, he's beefy. He's like ogre sized. So you go to like try to grab. He doesn't even move. Like you hit him, he's rock solid. It doesn't even lose center of gravity. His turn. He does not want this thing. It's kind of going to do what you would with a shark attack. He's going to punch you in the nose. Natural 20.
Ow.
It's 2 in a row. You take 40 points of damage, and you drop form back into yourself with Simon on top of you. I need you to roll an athletics check to see if you get smushed under Simon. It's your damn costume.
You pooped your snoot right out of the Warbounder.
All right, so thankfully you don't get squashed by Simon. He kind of falls to your side. Man, that's a hard hit. Let's see.
Owie.
He'll kind of look at you as he does that, and then he's going to jump 100 feet away. You can make an attack of opportunity if you want, though.
So can Simon.
At the top of the map.
Vanderhob. I'm gonna bonk you with my stick.
Simon. So yeah, he lands right about there. Oh, a swing and a miss. Simon does not have Warcaster, so he cannot cast spells, but I will do my best. I will try to hit it with my mace. I will put my Divine Smite on that. So
I see.
the mace.
Bro, when did you become a paladin?
He's always
He
said
never.
that.
He's never said he was a cleric.
That's true. He's just brother.
He's just our funny little guy.
Hold on. So the max damage for the mace, 7 points of damage, and then his Divine Smite, it's slightly different.
Is it because it's an Eldritch Smite by chance?
No, it's his Divine Eminence attack.
Oh.
Nope, that is not what I wanted. I see what I did wrong now. And another 18 points of radiant damage on top of that. Oh, man. Oh, my God.
Oh no.
All right. So, last round before it gets to the woods, and it's going to have a much bigger advantage. Lou.
5, 10, 15. Is this actually in front of me?
It's a pumpkin patch.
Ben's got to help it. Master your improv. Watch out for that invisible wall. Oh, he didn't make it. Just kidding.
Yeah.
It's not that tall.
Yes, but I am going faster than I normally would.
Yeah, just make sure there's not a cow in there.
Yeah, I'm gonna hop into the pumpkin patch. 20, 25, 30, 60. Is he a little further, or is he that close?
That is exactly where he is. Make it count.
I also don't want to accidentally kill Buildin, though.
You got a healer. But that's a dangerous precedent. Do you want me to think that way?
No. Nope. He's not going to think that way.
So, out of curiosity, is Misfit relaying anything back, or is she getting any impressions off him?
You got a big ow.
I was just going to say, you probably got a really big ow.
Is she able to attempt something?
Can I grab Buildin's dangling leg?
Ugh. You can certainly try.
I'm going to try.
Roll an athletics check.
Don't worry, it's not an arm. It's not going to come off. If it was an arm, you would be worried.
Okay. That's a pretty high roll. Natural 20 again!
Stop.
I'm not pulling on Bilden's leg. He can thrash me around all he wants.
Nope, you're holding onto the leg.
Uh-huh.
So you grab it. But you're coming with.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
I'm thunder stepping with Bilden.
Ooh. Let me think about this one real quick. I would say since you technically lose the athletics check on it, as you go to pull it, he's just gonna like fling you off of him.
Okay.
You did roll a nat 19 though. You're one off. That and you also have a -1. He has a +8.
Yeah, I know.
So you grab on, and he just kind of like kicks you in the chest and knocks you back. Misfit.
You're not going to quicken spell?
You have a bonus left?
I do have a bonus.
Did Simon get to do anything?
He wasn't in range for his. He goes last.
Okay. I'm gonna wild shape again.
Here, let me... So did the spell fail, or do I still mark the spell slot?
Well, you probably wouldn't have done it if you knew you weren't touching him.
Yeah. So I'm going to... Ooh, no, thunder step.
Dude, I told you these dice were horrible. I rolled a nat 20 with these bad boys when I first put them on.
You rolled 3 in a row.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna have to magic missile him then.
All right. Quicken spell. Magic missile, go for it.
Serena wanted to try something on Misfit's turn as well.
What are you wanting to do?
Yeah, she'll send him a quick message asking, "Are you a distraction? Or are you fighting?"
Yeah, and I'm upcasting to level 3.
Sure. Go for it, Lou.
So it's 3, 4, 5 missiles.
Mhm.
1, 2. Are they not going? Oh yeah, they are going. 2, 3.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hit him with the rest. Hit him with the rest.
4, 5.
It's a freaking nice magic missile roll.
Don't forget there's still a halfling in there.
Yeah, that's why
Oh,
I did
yeah.
magic missile.
So he could aim his shots.
So as it gets ready to jump, you grab onto the arm, it kicks you away, and as you're falling backwards, you just quicken your magic missile and just it shoots out numerous blasts from your fingers. You just watch as it kind of scatters about and smacks him directly. And he just kind of loses balance. He's still standing up, and then you just watch him face first into the ground. And then you just kind of watch it start to like gooify. And you see the goo start to wiggle around.
And then I'm stunned because haste.
Uh-huh. Misfit, as he gets stunned for the round, and you see the corpse jiggling as it jellifies, what do you do?
oh, it's still alive.
And Simon's gonna go ahead and cast a guiding bolt into it. And you just watch it. And then you just hear, "Oh!" And
Build it.
you just see a little spoon stick out through the jelly. And it starts going. He's trying to cut himself out with the spoons you give him.
I'm trying to help him out.
You start digging him through, and he kind of pulls out. He looks like you when you got hit with the cow. And he reaches down. And he's like, "Oh," and he reaches back into the banter hub. Oh, shit.
What?
Ah, there it is. And you watch as he finds his pipe that's just covered in like internal goo. He brushes it off on his coat and puts it back in his pocket.
What the hell happened?
Jump me while I was taking a smoke.
Building, we warned you about getting snatched.
I was on the balcony.
Don't go on the balcony anymore.
Obviously.
Let's walk and talk. It's why is it still raining?
Oh,
is
that
still
was a
raining.
lot of running.
I just got dry.
As you guys finally come back, you're all wet. Some of you covered in goo, and you see Serena currently engaged in conversation with a small, glowing green pixie.
I'm sure
I
they'll be
walk up to
fine.
Serena.
Oh, speak of the devils.
You say devils
Hold
in the
on,
pixie,
wait.
like turns around.
I mean, we're tieflings.
She turns yellow and just starts looking around very, very cautious.
Serena knows what he's about to do and immediately takes cover.
Hey, Serena. Hey, Serena.
I do not want to hold it for you.
Can you hold it for me?
No.
Serena.
Run. No, 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 no.
I'm not muted. No. Alright.
Oh, you are. You're not. Ugh.
Lou's just gonna pick him up by the
Going to shake,
hair.
going to shake your water off. Shake it off by the door.
But there's nobody by the door to hold it.
There doesn't need to be someone by the door to hold it.
What are you guys doing?
Look,
There-
building's even covered in goo. You could probably use some extra water.
Ah, you're right. He'd totally hold this for me. Hey, Building!
Comes, huh?
There, I need you to hold this for me.
What am I holding?
I start shaking.
Oh God! Oh, God. I just wiped that off.
So who's your friend, Serena?
During the chase, was she able to get her, or did they exchange names?
You can ask her what her name is.
You know, I don't think we've actually exchanged names yet. What is your name?
She kind of like flies up close to you, looks at you, grabs your nose and pinches it.
Ah!
Nods her head.
Lou chuckles at that.
What you saying? Her name is Pinch.
Nods her head 3 times.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Serena.
And, thank you for earlier.
This is Tisalin. And our energetic one over there is Misfit.
Turns yellow as she looks at Misfit.
I'm just licking my leg. Straight up in the air.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna go collapse by the fire.
She like sits on the table in front of you, Serena.
We need to find a safe way for you to inhabit my bag.
Why?
She kind of like pantomimes, like she agrees with you, and she's like miming, like bouncing back and forth into things and being crushed.
You should get a hat that the fairy could live in. Put a little door on it.
Don't know about that, but I might be able to help not get you crushed. Say, Misfit, did you ever eat that jar of honey?
Ooh,
I was saving it.
Hmm.
Is this like when you get a new dog and your old dog doesn't like the new dog?
Yes.
But that's my honey.
No, she wanted the jar.
I'll take out the jar, and it's like there's just a little bit left.
Go ahead and eat that. There's more honey.
Oh, okay. Wait, I told Bruce I'd promise I'd share with her. I'll be right back.
Go dump it on.
Yes. Then I come back and the jar is clean.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
She'll
I licked it myself.
collect the jar, take one of the wrappings from one of the rations she had. Kind of line the jar a bit. It's not much, but at the very least, this should help protect you from anything that's in that bag.
Looks at the jar, she looks at you. She looks at the jar, she looks at you.
Do you have a better idea?
yeah, that seems kind of bad.
Well, putting the lid on, the jar's going to remain open.
Turns yellow.
Doesn't seem like to be a fan of that.
All right. Well, let's see.
I think one of the rats made a little couch in my pocket. If your friend wants to stay over while you're freaking that out.
Turns like a
Pocket?
pale, sickly light.
You have one, have a rat in your pocket, and two, there's enough space for a couch.
I walk up to Lou and I open my pocket and I let him look inside.
There's
How
currently a
big is-
mouse. There's a mouse sitting on a little couch reading a book. It looks up at you.
What do you want,
apologize.
Shay?
I
Just have
apologize.
a reading here, Shay. Get out of here, Shay.
It closes the book, it climbs off the couch and goes deeper into the pocket.
He's shy.
We're not ready for the mention that is Misfit's pocket.
Lou looks very similar to the pixie now.
Misfit's pocket's going to be our level 20 dragon encounter from Friday.
Okay.
No, literally, a dragon is hoarding in my pocket.
I just pat Misfit on the shoulder, like, that's nice.
No, Misfit's
that's-
pocket is going to get cut open, and that's what ends the universe.
Quiet, spoilers!
That is more than I ever wanted to know.
About how tall is the pixie?
Not very big. Maybe like... she's probably, if I had to say, like 5 to 6 inches tall. She's tiny.
If anything, we could put like at least like a board near the top. Or she doesn't have to be stuffed in the main compartment.
That's what I was thinking.
Or, what do you think we should do? Lou is asking the pixie. Because it's rude to talk to her like she's not here.
She turns pink as you ask her this question. She's going to... Oh, actually, hold on. And she's gonna hover up and land on top of Lou's head and just sit there. Remains pink and nods her head. Turns at you, Serena, and just smiles.
I imagine that is a very cozy place.
You could make like a little hammock if you tied some cloths to your horns.
You're aware my horns go in front of my face, right?
Well, yeah, but it would be nice for the pixie, though.
That would be just adorable.
Yeah,
Just kind of laughs on top of the head. And then she flies over in front of Serena's face again. She seems to be trying to relay something to you. She's not sure. Like, she's having a hard time saying it, though.
Yeah, it's probably worth another spell slot. What you getting for surface slots / intent?
Seems a little bit panicked.
Take it easy.
And she kind of sits there. And she's trying to, like, act something out.
Mm-hmm.
And so she kind of walks in. She walks up and pretend knocks on a door.
Oh, come in.
Nods at Misfit and kind of just opens the door, walks in. And then she turns around and she makes herself look creepy. And she puts her hands out and she starts making little vocalizations. You can't hear what she's saying. But she seems to be like playing two parts of this role.
Okay, so one of them is Karen.
Who?
And then you say that and she puts her finger on her nose and points at you.
Uh-huh.
I'm getting this now. Sorry.
Sitting there. And this is, and then pulls out like a little rock and like drops it almost like she's rolling a dice. And then she turns on the other and she goes back to being like the little creepy character and it rolls one. And then it looks all sad. And then she turns back into the other one. It's like, and like tries to start leaving. And then she turns back into the evil and like, and then she turns to the other one and then falls over.
Okay. Yeah, that happened to me except for the last part. That was it. Who's this about?
She kind of like sits there. And then she sees Lou is wearing the jacket and kind of just goes over and like pulls on the jacket.
Does it have something to do with the previous owner of this jacket?
And she just starts swirling around you and turns like a little golden sparkly color and just starts the goop shining you with this stuff.
Let me get this straight. Our friend played some game, a dice rolling game, probably a gamble, knowing him, with someone named Karen. Won the game, and then she betrayed him.
Our friend? Our friend? Our friend.
She looks over at Misfit and kind of gives like the shiver, like, damn, that's impressive. And then she kind of like turns a little bit more green. Very impressed with her own acting because obviously she did a very good job for.
He looks like he's thinking very hard about something. Like the pieces are there, but he just can't put it together.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Misfit, who's this Karen?
Karen in the woods with the chicken house.
Chicken house?
Yeah.
Like house that walks on two legs?
Yeah.
Oh no. So Misfit, you remember the story about the hags?
He
Which one?
No, you were upstairs, weren't you?
He was there for the story. He went to bed after the story.
Yes, apparently, they live in a house that walks around on 2 legs. I believe it was even said chicken legs.
Uh-huh. Well, I mean, I can't imagine there's more than one house like that. Probably Karen's house.
Hmm.
Something went wrong there, though. I can't remember what.
Well, if Pincher is correct, then, wait, was it 2?
I was there. And I think that,
Pinch, how do you know about this?
And she starts like she goes back into this little persona that she's acting up. It's like very cocky and aloof.
Alright, so he told you?
Nods her head.
Do you
Turns
know where
pink.
he is?
there was a ring. But it wasn't. No, that wasn't my ring.
As you mention the ring, like she turns gold again and starts swirling around Misfit.
I can't remember whose ring it was.
I think she's trying to say that it was his ring.
Whose ring?
And then she turns yellow.
Do you know where he is?
She kind of sits there, looks sad.
It's alright.
And she just, all she knows, she looks back at you and makes a little motion.
Right, seems the hags have a friend then.
Our friend.
Do you think we'd be able to find her with this? And Lou will reach into the pocket and pull the thorn out, kind of keeping it, like, not holding it out to anyone, but showing it.
Glancing between Pinch and Misfit. Either of you know anything about this?
About what?
Gestures to
thorn.
the,
An odd colored thorn.
She's not sure. She just kind of shrugs her head.
I just squint at it.
I've never seen thorns or a thorn look like that before.
That is a really pointy thorn.
I think it's pink. Right?
The thorn? Purple.
Yeah. Purple.
It's like a purplish. It looks like wood, but it's got like a purplish hue that kind of goes to the tip of the thorn.
Careful, it is very pointy.
Can I touch it?
As long as you don't prick yourself.
Okay, I'll be really careful. Ah!
I won't do it again. You poke yourself like 3 more times as you try to handle the damn thing.
She just kind of chuckles a little bit and shakes her head.
Lou pinches the bridge of his nose, but that's enough.
Is it alive?
No, it just looks like a thorn that was pulled off.
Do you think you might be able to locate the plant that belonged to Misfit?
Oh man, maybe.
I don't think this. Yeah, we should probably rest for the night.
Was it getting later in the day?
By the time all this is done, it's probably like 8 o'clock.
Oh,
You had a very early day.
Pump it. I really went to bed at 6 p.m., didn't I?
Yeah, you really did. Like you probably ate at like 5:30. You ate, and then you probably like sat for as long as you could, which was not long, and then you went upstairs and passed out.
Well, we definitely shouldn't head out tonight.
No, I gotta make sure Dustin doesn't get snatched.
Yeah,
He
you
was
gotta
being
do
so
that.
weird today. Did you guys notice?
Yep.
He was kind of out all day. I
He
didn't
called me the
really.
wrong name.
Same.
He's back into that phase, is he?
A little different, but yeah.
It was like a lot this time. Like a lot.
Is that different than normal?
Like he was just like farther away than normal, I guess.
Yeah, Lou appointment missed with it. Yeah.
I guess you weren't here for the worst of it.
The worst of it.
No, it was different than that. Like he was all there, but he was somewhere else.
Don't worry, Misfit, you got better. So he was all there, but not there?
He had his faculties, but it was like he was somewhere else.
So, like, he was acting out a memory.
He said he was defending the Divine Gate. And he called himself Leo.
He called me across.
It's at this point, Misfit, you begin to really wonder if Zool was here or not.
I think Lil Bud is putting bad ideas in his head, you guys.
Little bud? You mean the flower?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they both talked to it a few times.
What kind of ideas would a flower be putting into his head?
That Zool was gonna take over the world.
I mean, the flower's not wrong in his intent, I
He
think.
wanted to eat soup. I have never seen a flower eat soup before.
Okay, slow down. What kind of flower is this?
Yellow.
Okay. And it's plotting with him to try and take over the world.
I mean, that's what it sounded like. I told him not to make it evil this time.
All right, I can't handle this right now. I'm gonna. You continue to talk with Serena, Misfit. I'm gonna just not be here.
Good night, Lou. I hope the cows don't get you.
Lou freezes for a second,
Simon looks at you, Misfit, like, Ixnay with the okay.
and then we'll continue walking away.
He suddenly has a
Come on,
fascination with
Captain.
flowers.
Let's get you to lay down.
Lou will lay down somewhere.
You know, he seemed really concerned when I told him that cow fell on me today.
Cow fell on me?
Yeah. It attacked me.
Cow assault.
It attacked you.
He just kind of shudders.
Lou is having cow-themed nightmares.
Simon kind of sits there looking at you guys. I'm sure it's not an evil flower, but in case it is, should we check on him?
I'm gonna go check on him.
Do you want me to go with you, or are you going to be
Yeah,
okay?
Yeah, you should come too.
All right, so you guys are all gonna go check on. All right, so you guys, before we stop tonight, you guys get outside the door of the room where Dustin is asleep. What do you do?
I
That's you, Simon, and Serena.
slowly open it.
I imagine Serena probably stayed downstairs.
Misfit,
Yeah.
you hear something as you enter the room. A voice that only you hear. That is apparently talking to Dustin in his sleep.
What's it saying?
Allow me to send you a message.
Oh boy.
Wrong one. You walk
Oh
in,
my god.
you hear that. That is for real. That is for real end tonight.
Wow, way to leave chat hanging. They don't know what's going on. Neither do the rest
Yep.
of us.
Oh, it's better, don't worry.
Mm,
You'll have to wait till Misfit tells you
Did-
next week.
Did Kay get that same message?
no.
Nope.
Can I send it to him?
Uh-huh.
Oh no.
And we'll see what that message is next week, everyone.
Cool. Thank you for joining us, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
What's going on Friday, Kalsto?
I believe the hag is getting reincarnated.
I don't know. I might be putting a new heart in my I have a spare one laying around I might do something with. But no. We'll have to see. Hopefully getting out of the abyss if all goes well.
That would be nice. Thank you for joining, everybody. Appreciate the raids and the follows and the subs.
Indeed.
We'll be back Friday for Kelso's game, and then Saturday night for my Grimdark to see what other kind of horrors are going on in this little town since they just found a mutilated body of a child. Did the
We're gonna kill a man.
Did the Bonesmith do it though?
Oh, did he do it?
Who knows?
I made them all.
What other horrors may you find? I don't know. Tune in
Tax
Saturday
fraud.
to find out.
Flesh golems.
Have a good
I'm
night,
calling the
everybody.
Bone Smith. He's an elder
Night,
troll.
everybody.
Melting down
Right,
copper
okay.
coins. Illegal.